a guy from Canada, and he said, this is years ago, he said that he got out of his car, he stopped at a gas station, a guy came over and stabbed him in the eye, and there was no legal ramifications he could do to the guy. He couldn't sue the guy, he couldn't, like, he was just, like, screwed.
Yeah,
it's like he lost the use of his eye, and there was nothing he could do, legally.
That sounds quality.
I'm like, what?
GamingTron,
Are you serious?
Why do you let the country do that?
I'm.
Why are you?
Why
are you tolerating
this? Topic
this?
For Gamer Vlogtron Show episode 7.
Okay, you need to. So he stabbed him in the. Okay, so a random Canadian came up to your friend, stabbed him in the eye.
He wasn't really my friend. He's just a guy that.
He's like, I don't know him.
From Canada.
Okay, I stabbed him. Is it the next thing?
No, he said he got out of his car and the guy just came up and stabbed him in the eye.
Oh, jeez. And with that, welcome to episode 22. Are we 22? 22.
Yeah, we're 22.
Yeah, we are.
Of the P3 Gaming Cast, stabbing people in the eye with Count.
I couldn't make that up, man.
You can't. That's Count telling the story for those of y'all that have not picked up on that, or if you're new to the podcast, thanks for listening in for the first time, which is amazing if you are. Count, let's say hi.
Oh, hello, everyone. Grammaton Dryad in the chat. Kinky. Hashtag.
Yeah. You can watch us. You can watch these podcasts live at Twitch TV /B3 Gaming Cast. And, of course, we have Mr. Gamertron Show.
Hey, hi, how you doing? That person who stabbed Count's friend in the eye does not represent all of Canada. That is
I'm not saying
highly
it does.
discouraged.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Oh my God.
Now I'm your host.
Stabbed someone in the eye!
Well, that shit happens in the U.S., but you can, sue them, or they'll have to pay your medical bills or some shit.
Right, there's more fear behind doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll still happen, but there's more legal fear. So
I just don't understand. What was the dude high? Was he drunk?
I don't know.
Why did you just randomly stab someone in the eye?
But the guy had to quit playing video games for a while, so we never heard from him again
because he had a missing eye. And with that, I'm your host, Janzer. So now we'll get back to the eye stabbing.
Oh, Janzer, you need to take a little time. You need a little recognition for being our great host, not just I'm Janzer.
Yeah. So video games. Never gonna get that from me.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
never gonna get that gratitude, that love.
We got some things coming out in video games that are kind of interesting that I saw, but we also got a lot of console news apparently. I'm not going to cover a lot of it, but I know we were talking earlier about some of the console stuff. So let's.
I mean, everybody's ranting about it. I mean, it's kind of like this week, or
Why Count? Whatever do you mean?
It was the YouTube stuff like 2 weeks ago, and now it's the PS4 Pro announcement. Everyone's hating on that, so just another thing to be outraged about.
Yeah, I love that.
Well, for someone who doesn't know what you're talking about, what are you talking about?
You know what?
Well, one of them is definitely, I guess, news about how the PS4 Pro, rather than keeping it cool and calling it the Neo, it's going to be called the Pro now because that's cool.
So they finally revealed. They revealed the PS4 Neo, and they're calling it the Pro. I don't get that with code names. Why not just give the official name? What's the point of the code name? I don't get it.
Maybe the Matrix guys were going to sue him or something. I have no idea.
It's true because the other one was called the Morpheus, right? So it is. I'm not kidding. It was called Morpheus.
Yeah, and we have codenamed Scorpio for the Xbox coming next year and all of that. I don't mind the name PlayStation Pro. I just kind of question the relevancy. There we go with that word again. But of the console, I think this time maybe it fits. I mean,
I was like, where are you going with that, Count? Never mind. I'm not relevant enough to understand.
Well, I mean, that they're also releasing the PlayStation Slim, the PS4 Slim version. And
now that I have heard about, yes.
Right. It's just uses less power. It's half it's really not that slim. You know what I mean? Compared to what you'd think it would be. But I guess it's not going to have a digital optical port, and people are questioning that.
An optical out for audio?
Because that's how I hook my That's how I hook my headset up to the PS4 and the PC at the same time, is through the digital optical. So that's kind of weird. That
your headset is an optical out? I just hooked mine through PC through. That's interesting. Well, my receiver is hooked up to the optical out. That's for sure. But then my headset, that's hooked up through probably USB. I think actually.
Well, my headset receiver, it goes to the digital optical out of my PS4, and it goes to the USB. So I get both the system audio and the PlayStation. But I guess the PS4 Slim doesn't have that. Doesn't have so that people are kind of wondering about that.
Yeah,
I'm wondering about that. Why would you not add that? Like what?
Manufacturing costs. It's got to be.
Yeah, well, it's definitely the cost. Yeah, it's definitely a cost factor.
Mm-hmm.
So
because you got to remember, they're probably not making money on this system anyways. It's all they're hoping that the titles that they get revenue from, whatever they, it's all software at this point. I don't think anybody makes money off of hardware. Maybe Nintendo, maybe, I don't know. I think pretty much everybody.
They'll basically, they lose money on the hardware.
Oh yeah,
you're right about that.
Yep.
Yeah, the way they're going to be making their money is off the other stuff,
licensing fees and whatnot, and
exactly.
Put your game on ours, make it exclusive, because PlayStation has done that very well. They're very good with exclusives. So
speaking of cost, they're raising the price of the PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, which kind of sucks. So
how much are they raising it?
I think for Canadian users, it's equivalent of $20 a year, and or
3 beaver pelts, just in the
the
correct trans. Yeah, you got to put in their money terms. It's like, what are we? 2 moose antlers and 3 beaver pelts. There we go.
It's like
and bear paws.
Bear paws.
Like $15 a month, or not a month.
For Americans, it's 1 cheeseburger because costs have risen, so it's a $10.
Yeah, Graham says $10 American a year.
1 cheeseburger for you fat Americans. Yeah. Burgers are expensive now, dude.
I love how on this show, when we start talking about consoles, the jokes start flying from you two. You know what I mean?
Sorry, I can't help it.
I know you guys.
You
guys just can't take console gaming seriously.
No, I can't.
I haven't said a word. What are you talking about?
To me, they're irrelevant. Count. How about that, huh?
Oh, there you go. Right back in my
There
face.
is no master race for me because there is only one race. So
bullshit. What do you? You are
There is no race when there's no one else to race against.
You two are definition of PC master race. I don't want to hear about it.
I told you.
Gamertron's triggered.
I'm not triggered. I'm confused. Where are you getting this from?
Oh, the times that you have blatantly stated that consoles suck. That's where. And it's not just me and Count that know this. Oh, other people's streams, during live streams as well. You've done it during podcast. We can go back.
Controllers suck.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, I said I don't like controllers. I don't like controllers.
And you often say console plebs. Even on your own live streams. I've been there when you've said it.
We didn't know you're joking.
Well, how do we know if you're joking? If people like Undoomed can get away with, doing what he's doing and people take that seriously, how do we know that you're not joking? Or you are joking? Which one? I can't tell. This world's too confusing for me.
Wink, wink, nudge. You're confusing me. What the hell's going on here? This is mutiny.
No, it's not.
The big thing.
Even Grammaton Dryad said Tron even made a video this week hating on consoles.
I didn't. That's a lie.
Evidence.
Show it to me.
The PS4.
I'll show you your own video, Tron. I mean,
don't make me. I've hunted down things said in other videos, such as when people were talking in your Titanfall 2 rant video, Gamertron.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody was like in the comments, "Oh well, Frothy doesn't even like the game," and I was like, "Really?" Because I asked him that question exactly in his own live stream, and I went and found the minute marker when he says, Janzer asks, "Do I think the gameplay is fun?" He even said, so I was like, yeah, so don't make shit up, people.
Wait, somebody said FrothyOmen didn't like Titanfall 2?
Yeah.
Or Titanfall
it's
in general?
It's in Gamertron. No, Titanfall 2 specifically. They said that he was extremely unhappy with it and very dissatisfied or something like that. And
he didn't like the first weekend. He liked the second weekend a lot better than the first weekend. Know that.
Yeah, I help shit. Like I said, I asked him
Yep.
in the live stream, and he answered me directly. It wasn't like
Right.
some kind of like I grabbed audio and mashed two things together. So
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about Titanfall 2 later on.
Sure, we can.
Some new news came out this week, but we'll get to that later. More of this console stuff.
That
I want to know,
Gareth.
like, what I need to understand. What's the deal with the PlayStation Pro? Why are people upset over it? Is it just the name?
Well,
no. Here's the
drive.
reason why PlayStation players are, I think, legitimately mad. It's less hardware than the Scorpio. I was assuming that PlayStation was going to unveil this next year, and it was going to be on par or equal hardware-wise as the Xbox Scorpio, the Xbox One Scorpio, or whatever they're calling it. It's coming out next year about this time. But hardware-wise, everyone's mad that they're letting the PlayStation players are like, why are you letting Microsoft catch up or even overtake the PlayStation? Because the claim to fame for PlayStation players is our hardware is superior. And it is. It's like 1.8 teraflops to 1.3 or something like that. But the new one is...
Yeah, flopping
like
is important.
That new Scorpio, it's all AMD, but the new Scorpio is like 6 teraflops, and the PlayStation Pro is like 4.3 or 4.7 or something. So it's quite a bit less,
Yeah, but my thing with hardware like that, AMD, especially AMD, is you can have the hardware, but if the code behind it can't process well, then it doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, I was about ready to say.
Yeah.
That's a lot of it's got to do with the developers. But here's the thing. The normal PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 4 Slim are both getting a firmware update for the dynamic range, the HDR, where it makes the colors brighter and it just makes the shadows look more realistic and stuff like that. That's coming soon anyway to the normal PS4. So I think a lot of the PlayStation players are like, okay, and the Microsoft, the Xbox players are laughing, but because they're like, haha, they're dropped you got to watch that. You got to watch the little conference thing they had. Gamertron. It's only like 20 minutes, but it's getting a lot of hate. It's getting a hell of a lot of hate. The only like positive that came from it is the Mass Effect Andromeda footage that they showed. But you really can't stream a 4K because everything is, they're talking about 4K for, people with 4K televisions, which is very few.
Yeah.
Very few people have 4K televisions that
even the podcasters that I listen to from like bigger gaming networks apparently don't have
give
4K
a fuck
TVs.
about 4K.
Yeah, apparently they don't. I'm like, really? You guys make probably decent enough money compared to the average gamer, so why
but they don't want
you?
to drop that much money. I mean, the price of them is coming down, but
it is.
A lot of the resolution for 4K is like the newer games that are supposedly going to be in 4K. All it is they're going to upscale the graphics, so it's not true 4K. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's a big mess. I'm sure they'll get it all ironed out. But yeah, it's just it kind of goes hand in hand with what Gamertron's little vlog video that he made about the console war. This is just spicing up the console wars even more.
Yeah,
this is just throwing fuel on the fire. So, but here's the baffling thing. Microsoft already announced that they were going to have a 4K Blu-ray player in the Scorpio.
Right.
And there's not going to be any 4K Blu-ray player associated with the PS4 Pro. And they're like, why not?
Right.
So they feel like Sony's dropping the ball in the competition to remain superior to Microsoft in the gaming. So it's definitely opening the door for Microsoft.
Yeah. I'm not. I'm still going to get a PlayStation eventually. I don't care about Xbox stuff. So, but
like I said, the firmware is coming for the normal, and it's only going to be a few games right off the bat that are even going to be able to tell it. You're going to be able to tell a difference on, like Spider-Man and Mass Effect and stuff like that. But it's not going to help games like Destiny or stuff like that. It's not going to help those. It'll help a few games that you already have, but it's not going to be that big of a difference. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely going to wait. I'll probably end up getting one of those Xbox Scorpios next year.
GamingCast, I'm sorry, I was cutting you off. What'd you say?
Well, I'm very confused by this whole deal, especially from Sony's end. Like,
yeah,
Sony's
you and
been on
everybody
top.
else.
Yeah, I mean, Sony has been on top for what, the past 2 years since they first revealed the PlayStation 4. They've been on top. They've sold the most consoles. You would think they'd want to appease this massive audience they have and just take the necessary steps. It's like what the Xbox Scorpio, what you're telling me about the Scorpio seems like a logical step forward. Seems like a logical step forward in terms of hardware and software.
You hit the nail on the head. And the Sony, you know, the PlayStation players are like, this doesn't make any sense. The timing of this is bad. They would really like a console to be delayed and actually have equivalent or superior hardware to what the Xbox Scorpio is going to be. So it's a little confusing. You know, why they're, and this is coming out November 10th. We're talking about right around the corner.
Oh,
jeez,
it's coming out this year. Holy shit.
So is it a quick holiday grab or something? But
I think Sony's just got complacent. They've been on top for so long. They've sold so many copies that they feel like they can do no wrong, kind of.
Yeah. Somebody stepped on their dick over there. I mean, that's all I can say.
Okay.
Put it mildly.
Well, that sounds incredibly painful. Alrighty.
I kind of look at this like with the Drive thing, Ultra HD, 4K, whatever, not having that as a non-issue in a way, because I don't care about physical media.
I don't either.
And it's not. I don't have a huge library. Some people still do, but I think that's a holdover from a generation gone past already. I don't think that's really a current generation type of natural thing. Maybe some, people that are older might still have like an entire like a library bookcase, like a bookcase full, but of video games. That's an older thing. It was a very normal thing to do in the past, is get a physical copy of a game. But for especially PC players, we don't really care. PC players haven't really gone to try to pick up a physical copy of a game in who knows how long.
Jesus.
So trying to translate to console.
Steam,
right?
Ever since I got Steam, man, I think the last time I picked up a physical copy of a game was back in 2010.
Right.
Jeez.
So I kind of take that over to with what I do with movies is I watch everything online. I don't want to even own all of this like physical media for movies. I think it's interesting.
Well, that's why there's tumbleweeds outside of video rental stores. But
I have a buddy that he loves movies, but what he does is he records them, and he has a machine just for movies and videos. Like even his physical media is not important to him anymore. He just, if he wants something, he records it, puts it on the media machine, and there you go. He has that like RAID backed up, so he's always got that going, which I think is crazy, but it's a hobby for him, so whatever, Yeah.
Unless Sony knows something that everyone else doesn't. I agree with Gamertron here. It's not a logical step forward.
Mm-hmm.
This console coming out in November, this Pro. I think it would be a good idea, to just delay it until next summer and beef it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it doesn't have it's not true 4K and all of this. You can get into the technical stuff, which I don't know a whole lot of the technical stuff. I know that like 4K is actually like what, 2160p, which people don't like to say. 2160p doesn't roll off the tongue or anything. It doesn't sound right, but
yeah.
They're going to have to upscale. Like very few games are actually going to be able to take advantage of that. And the games you already have in your library for PS4, just how much is it going to help? You know what I mean? It's not going to. Like I said, the HDR firmware update will make some games look a little better. But call me crazy, but what I care about is fucking frame rates more than graphics. You know what I mean? If you have the greatest, beautiful looking game in the world, if your frame rates go all to shit, fuck it. You know what I mean? Your game is shit.
Right.
And let's get back to worrying about like making good stories in games and stuff instead of worrying all about the hardware, all about the graphics. So
Yeah, which is kind of like the whole thing about teraflops. I'm like, I don't care, because you can have extremely powerful hardware that cannot translate it well.
Yeah, but if the developers can, and I guess some of the developers are
the developers. This is an AMD versus NVIDIA thing, is what I'm looking at.
Oh, okay.
So NVIDIA is always going to outperform.
Look at the. Let's take the GTX 1070 graphics card, for example. What is that? 10 to 12 teraflops. They're not even in the ballpark with it when it comes to these NVIDIA graphics cards for the PC. So, I don't know.
And like I said, that's still the hardware, but then there's the interface between, like how do you even get that to function? And AMD's never been as good at it as NVIDIA has.
Well, that's why the cheaper, that's the...
Right.
That's kind of the sad thing about this whole console war, though, is that the PlayStation fans and Xbox fans, they're so focused on the hardware when we should be focused on the games, but the problem with Xbox and Sony is that they really don't have that many exclusives on their consoles. Like, what does PlayStation have? I can't fault
gamers for wanting to know what's good hardware. It makes sense. That actually is a logical thing there too. It's like going out and getting a car that you need to turn corners really well, and then you get something that goes really, is really great at going fast in a single line and shitty at turning corners. You have to know your hardware too. It's the function of it's gonna determine how things are going to function. It's not just about like good story. If you can't have a game run well because the hardware isn't there to support it, then it doesn't matter how good your story is if it crashes all the time, or if it has like 15 frames per second, or but I don't think 60 frames per second should have been like the huge thing. I think that's just, once again, the next step up, and you have to push for it. So that's why it's a concern with gamers and all that.
Yeah, but the consoles haven't hit that yet, not in all aspects.
Yeah, that's true.
And the thing about you really have to watch the little mini conference that they had. For one, I know Gamertron's going to want to watch it because it had the Activision guy out there for Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, and he was talking like, you just have to watch it. It's self-explanatory. I mean, it was kind of a joke. People were laughing at some of the stuff he was saying in the crowd. You can hear like laughter, like muffled laughter.
Was it intentional laughter? Was he trying to get them?
No, they were mocking. They were like, "Oh my god!" I mean, just watch it. I mean, it's kind of, it'll speak for itself. But they also had the EA guy out there for the Mass Effect, which got the biggest applause. That got the biggest applause.
Yeah. We need. When are we going to talk about that? When are we going to talk about that? Because I can't wait. Because finally, some freaking gameplay on Mass Effect Andromeda. Like, Janzer's gone. Damn it.
No, I'm here.
Oh, you're here. Okay. All right.
Your video disappeared for a second.
I know. I had something to take care of.
Oh, that's all right.
Well, I turned off the coffee pot, so I was like, I'll just let you guys talk while I go do that, because I have
but
my headphones.
The thing, during those conferences, their big thing, they're pushing 4K. Every other word out of the guy's mouth was 4K. Yeah. But they're not streaming. I mean, you can't get that across to an audience. You have to actually be there, like up close, to see that resolution.
You can't see 4K through a stream.
Exactly. Sure, right. So it's kind of ridiculous, but
yeah,
I don't know. There wasn't it wasn't a big conference. There was just like a few hundred people there from like gaming press and stuff, but there wasn't a lot of. It was kind of low keyed, and there wasn't a lot of enthusiasm. It like, you can watch it and it's like you can tell people weren't excited for what they were saying. Unlike when they first unveiled the PS4, I mean, there was a buzz in the crowd. You know what I mean? So, years ago, but
maybe they got everyone high.
There you go. I don't know.
Everybody's hopped up on Monster Energy drinks. Oh my god! Whoa, this is amazing. And this time around, they missed out on that. Now I'm good. I don't need anything. This is
but the Call of Duty guy from Activision, it was a fucking joke. It was a joke. You gotta watch it.
Okay, I'll take a look. Like, if it's as funny as you say it is.
Well, it's kind of an insider funny. You know what I mean? But you'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay. I'll check it out. But since you brought up Mass Effect Andromeda, let's talk about that quickly. That looked fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
That looked amazing. I'm so happy to finally see gameplay for that game. It looked like third person Mass Effect. The camera was a bit more zoomed out than I'm used to in a Mass Effect game, but next to that, like the visuals were stunning. The armor design was totally Mass Effect. Seeing an Asari character, like the facial animation looks spot on. The lighting, the particle effects. Holy shit! Mass Effect Andromeda is looking gorgeous.
Yeah, it does look awesome.
Without that hardware to support it, that would suck.
Yeah.
One thing I'm very interested in is that they've said how they're handling like the main playable character is different than how they handled Commander Shepard in the previous games. Commander Ryder, who's going to be the playable character, apparently if you pick the male or the female version, they're brother and sister. They exist in the same game. So if you pick male or female, the other one's not going to disappear. Like, that's going to be their own independent character. It's going to be the brother or sister of your Commander Ryder.
Okay.
And apparently,
they have to appease the feminists.
I fail to see how that's appeasing feminists, but okay. And then we have...
That's true. No, that's true. Let's go back to that real quick. Because the only way it would appease them, Count, is if there were no males in the game at all. And you had no choice but to choose female. That's how they would appease them. Now we can move forward.
Well, the third-person camera is going to show her ass. So, I mean, that's problematic.
It would just go first person then.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've completed. Sorry,
Gamertron's like, okay.
Go ahead, please.
And one final thing about this family dynamic, besides having the brother-sister mechanic going on here, there's also apparently the character we've been seeing in the trailers until this trailer has been apparently the father of these siblings, Mr. Ryder, whatever, Ryder Senior.
Yeah.
So apparently there's going to be this big family dynamic going on in Mass Effect Andromeda, and as you guys know, I'm a big family guy. Family's the most important thing to me. I love stories that focus well on family and family dynamics, so I'm very interested to see how BioWare handles this, because they've done like mother-daughter, father-son, brother-sister relationships before, but an entire family? That's going to be interesting. I love the BioWare games. I love their writing. I love their characters, so I'm interested to see them try something new with their characters. And again, the game just looks fucking gorgeous. God damn, Frostbite engine. What they're able to pull off with that is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Battlefield 1 is Frostbite engine.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Did you get to play any more Battlefield 1? Count?
Oh,
the
no,
beta
I
ended this week.
but I didn't. I just...
Okay, I still couldn't play it. I had the same problem. Couldn't get into a match at all. Yeah, just trapped in an infinite loop of matchmaking. Same thing with Battlefield 3. I don't know why the Battlefield games hate me. They hate me. I can't join a match.
Well, you may have to get one of those.
The developers saw your videos and were like, "No, I'm gonna pass on this guy. Let's IP block him. Yeah, see what he thinks about our game then."
Well, I can't think anything about it if I can't play it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that reminds me, Jan. Just speaking of like developers getting in contact with me, I have some fucking awesome news that happened to me this week. Some awesome, amazing, goddamn news. So you know that game Raiders of the Broken Planet?
Yes.
I talked about
you made a video about that.
Yeah, I made a video. The devs put my video on their Twitter.
Fuck yeah!
Oh, cool.
They
wait.
Well,
no. Hold on. We're not gonna let that go.
What?
You know we have to talk about that.
I thought you meant Twitch when I first heard you.
I thought he meant their website. And then I heard Twitter clicked in.
That evil...
Now, Count, how do we know that was the developers, not ISIS? I'm just curious. How do we know that
evil social media clan...
Are you saying something good happened through Twitter? I can't. I failed to see this. I failed. No, I deny it, in fact.
Twitter. I said the developers saw my video... And they decide to like it and share it, and one of the developers
on Twitter
said, "Yeah," and the guy in the
seems like a good thing, but that can't happen on Twitter. I'm confused. I think my logic sword's logic board broken. Logic board has broken. I can't.
I'm telling you, Gamertron, in the long run, if you're gonna want to grow your channel and everything, and I'm being serious. I'm not being trolly or douchey like I.
That's why we keep coming back to it.
Twitter is going to be your bread and butter, brother. I'm telling you, Twitter is going to be your bread and butter.
You cannot ask people
That
to
is
do
fucking
something
awesome
on the platform that you will not
actually
touch.
saw your video.
It's like old men asking young men to go to war. That does happen. Shit. Okay, moving on.
All right, dude.
Well, anyways, yeah, that was so cool. That this has never happened.
That
with
is
any
great,
one of my
dude.
videos ever.
That is
like,
fucking awesome.
I thought that
man.
you were gonna say they gave you an advanced copy, but it's beta, right? So people can just go sign up for that beta. They can go sign up for it.
The weird thing is, though, they
not beta
said on
yet,
their while I was on their Twitter, they also said that the beta was going to happen this weekend, but I haven't seen it. Yeah, but I haven't seen anything. Like I've been checking in all day, nothing. They said it was going to be this weekend on September 7th, and yeah, they said this week. The tweet was on September 7th. They said, this weekend the beta goes live, and I haven't seen anything on their website, on their YouTube. I checked on Twitch to see if anyone was streaming it. I can't find it anywhere.
Hey, what's the developer of that, Gamertron?
Mercury Steam, the same developers of the Castlevania Lords of Shadow games. And I recently discovered, while I was making that video, I discovered some gameplay footage, actual gameplay footage of Raiders of the Broken Planet, which I hadn't seen before, and I'm really liking the look of the game. Like, I love how Mercury Steam is. They're kind of nuts. They're kind of crazy. They're kind of like a Japanese developer where they throw in all this crazy over the top stuff, but they're a Spanish developer.
Right.
I love the creativity I'm seeing in Raiders of the Broken Planet. Cannot wait, and hopefully that beta gets sorted out and I get an email back or something. I'd love to try it. I'd love to know what's going on with that beta.
Preferential treatment, invitation to the studios,
well, they have a community website for Raiders of the Broken Planet now.
Yes, they do. I signed up
hang
on
out.
it, yeah.
Nice. I might do that as well. I just followed them on Twitter, so
there you go.
I'm going to be hashtagging Gamertron shows on there.
I did. There was a how to make a how to make a movie great with Canadian
movie more Canadian.
There you go.
You just said add Gamertron. I don't think that's what they meant.
I'm pretty sure that's what they meant.
Well, no, they meant the title of the movie, like renaming the movie's title.
I'll let Gamertron decide. If you were to make a movie more Canadian, wouldn't putting you in the movie Gamertron, wouldn't that make it more Canadian?
Which movie are we talking about?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They just said how to make a movie more Canadian.
What they should have said is how to make a title of the movie more Canadian, because that's what everyone thought it was.
Oh, that's what they meant? You're right,
yeah,
Count.
that's what they meant.
I'm just a shithead, so I will do what I want.
Oh, I know that. I understand.
You're like, I know you're a shithead.
I understand you do what you want.
Exactly.
Little slip there. My bad.
No, we're thinking the same thing. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But some of it was lame, like instead of No Country for Old Men or whatever that somebody said, free health care for old men or some shit, they were just making stupid puns, basically.
I saw something about the Yukon. I don't know, man. I don't know enough Canadian stuff to make fun of it, so it's not.
Where's my snowmobile or some stupid shit,
I don't know. I was just trying to get people to think about Gamertron in a movie. So there you go. Get that happening. Hollywood.
I am in a few indie fan films that we did for high school. So there's that.
You probably never want those to come to surface ever.
Yeah.
Oh,
never
hell
ever.
no.
Any horn music? Boom chicka bow bow. And you with your shirt unbuttoned laying on the couch.
That's what that shot was from. Oh, we know.
No, I'm a hype man. I'm hey, maybe you can become like what Janzer did with Warframe, an official YouTube channel for Mercury Steam, like an official.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. Again, I really like the developer. I really like the special thing they do with their games. And again,
God knows you're not gonna say anything bad about them. So I mean, that you would be like the developer's dream.
If they have absurd microtransactions in the game or something like that, I'm going to say
You never know
something.
what they're going to do.
I know, I'm just kidding.
And then they're going to boot you out.
Then they're gonna. We have ended our relationship with the Gamertron show.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
kind of to work along those lines. There is something that.
That's bullshit.
Well, like Digital Extremes decided to also change their official fan channel requirements a while back.
I saw that.
It happened a while back, recently. And Phil talked about it a little bit. And here's a kind of portion of
DogmanDan made a video.
Yeah, a portion of a podcast where I was kind of setting it up. But yeah, there's basically a little bit of shout outs to people out there. But DogmanDan's he's been doing Warframe content for Time Out of Mind. He's one of the official fan channels. And he has a video if you guys want.
Philamon is too, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, he's not an official fan channel. No.
Okay.
No.
Maybe he should be.
Well, yeah. But if you want to know how you can become one, Let's Talk. He's got a video. Dan's got a video called "Let's Talk New Official Fan Channel Requirements and FAQs," where he kind of talks about what the new standards are. And it reminds me of the same thing that we were talking about with restrictions from YouTube, which is funny because it just goes back to that whole thing about like you're going to have to follow somebody's, rules at some point, yeah, it's kind of interesting. They're kind of making it a little bit more strict on what kinds of content they allow because they're probably trying to stop some of the interesting things that are occurring in channels. So anyways, a little bit more shout out stuff. PsyCoCinematics also does content for Warframe, but more interesting to me, he did a No Man's Sky and the Missus plays Warframe from beginner to beast. So he walks his Missus through Warframe, which is interesting, and I'm sure his No Man's Sky video is going to be interesting. Well, she's actually gamer friendly, Count. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry to say that, but yeah, she's
she's
cool with that.
What story?
Well, because he's not dealing with
YouTuber
that.
Does that as well. King Gothalon or whatever his name
Gathalion,
is.
King Gathalion.
Never heard of him.
Gathalion. I always call him Gothalon. Well, I never know.
Some kind of unknown YouTuber I've never heard of, but I have heard of PsyCoCinematics.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he plays Destiny with his wife.
Yeah,
and his wife is terrible at
it.
Which,
Gathalion is like the #1 Destiny streamer, I believe.
One of them, yeah.
The only Destiny streamer I know out there is GrindHeadJim, and he has been putting out videos here and there this past week about the changes that are. I saw something about a nerf to some kind of a weapon, and I was like, if you want to get your content, the touch of malice. There you go.
Yes, Rise of Iron.
Touching the phallus.
Very, very close.
So,
oh my god.
Touching the phallus.
So if you want to get your Destiny news, go to GrindHeadJim. He's been on it. He recently took a friend of his that switched from Xbox over to the PlayStation over to Xbox, and he got him up to whatever light level,
raid ready in
330
like 4
or whatever.
days.
Yeah, something like that. He's hardcore. He's been in that community forever. Like I said, this is just my little shout out to certain channels. Yes, and of course, Philamon Grundy. He just put out a video about Ivara. For Warframe, and he's doing the Infiltrate. He's talking about some mods in there about like how she can be pretty much invisible the entire mission and how well that works for gameplay. I mean, when you break the game is essentially what it comes down to. Is that fun? And, for some people it is. Anyways, go talk about there. Look up Philamon Grundy. Going along Warframe news, Let's Play channel. The Let's Play channel, which is a part of the Rooster Teeth / Achievement Hunter series, they finally picked up Warframe and started playing it. And it's
about damn time.
It's about goddamn time, number one.
Yeah,
number
really.
two, it reminds you of what Warframe is about. It's about being overpowered, looking cool, and killing people in stupid ways. It's hilarious, good fun. And when you get too serious about a game, that's when all the bitching and ranting starts and whatever, I'm not saying that, that's not going to happen, but it's just nice to see a fresh batch of people that have never played the game before play it and marvel at the things that you're used to, Right. Let's see. What else do we got? Last but not least, we talked a little bit about Titanfall 2 earlier. So FrothyOmen put up a video called "How Did Titanfall 2 Feel to You?" But the interesting thing about this video is he is not just ranting. He is not just doing his normal thing. He's actually asking and putting the players to the test. If you feel that time to kill is maybe too short or too long, tell me why. Let's get into why you feel. Do you feel the weapons are overpowered? Do you feel that amp damage on weapons lasts too long? Because I think you get it, and you get it for the rest of the round after that, Do you feel etc. and so forth? So, yeah, so he's got a bunch of, he wants to collect all this feedback from the community. He's doing this on his own. He's not sponsored by Respawn or anything, but people kind of know him as one of the, Titanfall players, as far as, guy that's been there from the beginning kind of thing. And, he wants to kind of gather it all together and send it along to Respawn and say, hey, here's what one portion of the community thinks, because you could go to a forum and hope that the people there in the forums are going to take your info and push it along to the devs. But a lot of the times that doesn't actually happen. Sometimes they're just moderating. That's it. So, but anyways, that kind of concludes that shout out portion that I wanted to kind of pick it up, maybe next time as well. And if you guys have anything you wanted to talk about for other channels or any other interesting things going on, feel free to at any time, of course. So
I need to work on that.
So you said that they changed they kind of changed their attitude toward who was going to be a official sponsored. Are they trying to weed out the toxicity? Is that
I think so.
Is that the deal?
I think so. And at this year, they're like on year 3. Like I've had the game since like 3 years back. They are kind of trying to continually build. So anything you can do to trim off this, like you can take so many hits for a certain period of time, and then you're like, I got to learn how to dodge, you know? So they've allowed some fan channels to remain fan channels, even though those fan channels, and this is one of the things that I had a problem with when I was a fan channel. I was one of the first 7. Yeah. And one of the problems I had, and I didn't want to be part of the community afterwards, was because of the drama that went on, number one, and a lot of it ended up being because people just wanted to point out negatives with the community and with the developers and with the game, and that's all it became, was a bitch fest. And nobody ever wanted anything constructive.
Well, that's what happens when you bring it to the console.
No, this was all PC stuff. This was all PC stuff. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Console didn't just... I just start seeing console stuff later on. But in fact, a lot of the times, the console players would always look at the PC, crew and be like, what's wrong with y'all? Why do you guys fight so much? Which was funny because you would expect that from console people, right? That's the expectation from gamers.
To me, it's always like, it seems the opposite, especially with a game that I used to play. I was hard into.
Right.
The PC crowd was like they were the calm, cool, collected, logical, no drama people, and the console players were the toxic crowd.
Yeah.
I was console.
Well, I think this goes hand in hand with the fact that there's YouTube available, and so a lot of the people that are PC players also had some YouTube channels, and so they started doing these things. So yeah, part of that whole like the new channel requirements is like pretty much kind of like the same guidelines of what YouTube put out, which is, no heavily sexual related things. And, because this is now a company saying, look, if we're going to back you guys because we've given you all of these things, we're giving you for free all of this, just endless amounts of stuff weekly. Anytime new stuff comes out, they get it for free. With the exception of like Prime stuff, like, they got to make a little bit of money somehow. So that's usually their thing, is like, you buy into this Prime package. You don't have to, you can still farm for it, blah, blah, blah. I'm not talking about that. But the important thing is they're saying, look, at this point in our, I guess, lifespan of the game, they're kind of 3 years. They should be getting towards the end of it. How long do you play a game before it's not fresh anymore and you just leave, out of the natural evolution of like, you can't expect that to last forever. It's just a video game,
Right.
Maybe in 10 more years we'll get something that's like lifestyle replacement games. You leave work and you just put your VR shit on, and then you don't have to worry about your actual life. You just jump into your fake life. That's awesome. But can't wait for that time to happen. Anyways, the important thing is, they're trying to put some restrictions on all the toxicity and other interesting things that go on there. So we'll see how that affects the community. But that's I like how FrothyOmen is doing that, his criticism of Titanfall 2 versus what I've seen before with the Warframe community, the official fan channels. Yes, that's a stab or a little poke at them, because I don't care. I've tussled with them a little bit before. I've had words with various ones of them before, and I didn't like how they handled those kinds of disagreements. Rather than actually having some kind of discussion, it would go into like some kind of social warfare. And I'm like, hey, come on, man. You're trying to make a living here, but you want to act like an asshole? I think you should be a little bit more professional about this. Regardless, things are interesting. I've got nowhere to end that other than just saying that. So we can move on now from all of that wonderful stuff. But,
well, not necessarily move on, but expand upon it, because I'd like. First of all, again, thank you for the shout out for FrothyOmen's video.
Yeah, man,
I watched
he's
the
great.
video and I just, that was just a really great video. He's calm, he's rational.
Right.
He's a
really
good, he's a good guy to watch streaming, and And he does he makes those games interesting.
To be fair, too, he doesn't just like deep throat the developers either. He's not. He's like, oh, this sucks here. Oh man, what were they thinking? This is overpowered. I hope they change. This is bullshit. He will absolutely call things out. But you're never gonna. He can't even. I remember I was watching one of his live streams, and this guy came in and started trolling him, telling him he was irrelevant. We talked about this last time, and this guy is like, Frothy's pretty decently fair. He's even a little negative in some aspects, but he at least gives some fairness when it comes to some of the positives too. Because I asked him too. I was like, is the game fun? Because at the end of the day, I don't want to be bitching about a game that I'm playing. I want to have some fun. My life is full of annoyance.
Right.
I don't want to go and then find all the negatives about a video game that I should be having fun with. I'm just going to leave and play another game, man. So,
but let's face it, when you get into a game and you get close to a game, it's the little nuances that you're noticing that may not seem like a big deal to a more of a casual player.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Call
I would
me
be
casual
more of a casual
is that what it is?
Titanfall player.
You saying I'm casual?
No, I'm not saying you're casual at all.
By the way,
you and gamers
are you saying is this after you buy the game a steak dinner? And then you get real close to it, and you're starting to have words with it.
Is this the bowling that? What? Come on, Gamertron, back me up, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm getting bullied here. No, I don't mind bullying.
Oh my God! Don't be so dramatic, Count. For God's sake.
This is after the honeymoon. After the honeymoon phase.
Not to be dramatic.
When you're not
you're the one that. Never mind.
No, bring
this
it.
is all
bring
after the heavy petting.
How many butthurt response videos did you make about Titanfall, and you're calling me dramatic? Anyway.
Butthurt response? I haven't made a single response.
You got his Canadian maple syrup blood boiling. You better watch out.
Gamertron.
No, that's bacon grease, baby.
Bacon grease. That's tasty. You better stop that.
You're the bacon in my burger. I'm just kidding with you, Gamertron. I'm just kidding.
Oh, man.
Jesus Christ.
But you know what I mean.
People want to hear, Count.
A lot of that stuff is like nuanced stuff, like little nitpicky stuff. You know what I mean? That the game is still going to be fun, regardless of. So what if the time to kill is a little bit low? They could amp down the weapons a little bit, but I was kind of surprised about some of the bigger Call of Duty YouTubers that were actually praising Titanfall 2 tech test. I saw quite a few.
I don't watch any Call of Duty anything, so I wouldn't know.
I don't really either, but they titled their video, they're known for playing Call of Duty, like that one guy, 456. He's like the second biggest Call of Duty player, like YouTuber there is, and he was loving it.
56.
What's that guy's name? He was
Drifter, White Boy, Chaos Silencer.
Hey, whoa! No need to be racist.
He's got 3 million subscribers. I know that. So that's pretty big.
Nade Shot. There's so many Call of Duty YouTubers, man.
I can't remember the guy's name.
Pro Syndicate, T. Martin.
Oh, jeez! Wow! All right.
He's got a new scam.
Pro Syndicate. Oh. This episode of B3 GamingCast brought to you by Pro Syndicate and whatever that other guy's name is.
Element of Death got it.
Noah J456.
I have heard of that guy. Yeah.
He's got 3 million subscribers on his YouTube channel. Mostly Call of Duty, but hey, T. Martin's got a new gambling scam.
Nice.
Oh,
let's get in on it early.
About that?
Let's get in on it early so we can make some money and get away with it. I mean,
it's a sports betting scam that he's.
This podcast brought to you by T. Martin's new sports betting podcast channel. Wait, what?
But maybe we'll get into that next week. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just get in on the ground floor so we make some money and get out early. I'm going to count on you, Count, to tell us when to pull the plug.
There's a lot of... No.
Oh,
hey, you said you did all that poker playing, so I imagine you can make some money. No, I imagine...
I don't like being on the flip side of this. I'm going to be nice from now on.
What?
I'm not going to
What are you talking about? I'm not even giving you a hard time.
I learned my lesson.
I'm totally on board with the idea of you helping us with the scam.
Oh, Cal, you're not going to be nice after you hear the news I have to share.
Yeah, go ahead. Well, I'm sorry, everyone listening. We'll get back to video games. We're sorry for being human beings. All right, let's go back to video game news.
We were talking about
Go ahead,
about FrothyOmen and his Titanfall 2 video. I have some Titanfall 2 news. Well, I'm sure some of you guys have seen this already. The new visual customization trailer.
Oh,
they released this week.
You mean Hashtag that garish life. That's what this is. This is
How
hashtag.
Would this make me mad? I like Titanfall 2.
I'll get into it later.
Count, weren't you one that tweeted that? And I saw it. It was like that thug life, that garish life.
Yeah, and Janser's the one throwing salt on it.
I'm not throwing salt. I think it's hilarious because whoever wrote that article was a fucking idiot when it comes to like understanding gaming community. Gamers never use words like garish. I use words like garish because I went through graphic design and I think I'm better than everyone else. That's when you use words like garish. You know, that thug life, right? Because thug and garish work together. That garish thug life. What? Yeah.
And can your pilot have gold teeth and look like there's candy corn?
Exactly, but drink from like tea at the same time. You know, with the pinky out. You know, you want to get high class.
Hey, didn't you want to start a YouTube new video series, Janser, called "Pimp My Titan"?
That's exactly right.
Yeah,
Pimp my Titan in the most garish way. Exactly.
See what you miss on Twitter, Tron. See what you miss.
The Gamertron on Twitter show.
Oh, you mean like the stuff you guys talk about behind my back? Don't worry, I see
exactly
that too.
Right.
I check your account.
Oh wow, he's hey. Big Brother is watching, and so is the Canadian.
Damn right.
The Canadian up north.
Hey, if you're going to take over the world, you need to build your counter spy network early.
There you
go.
You got one early, Jakey, who has sadly missed from our channel today. He's not on the Twitch TV. He's usually there.
Yeah.
We'll get him next time. Shout out to Jakey.
We'll get him next time. Awesome. That sounds scary. All right. Okay. So what were you? I'm sorry. You were trying to be serious about things, and Count and I decided to be humans again.
It's a fucking podcast, man. Feel free to chill and joke, man.
No, it's unacceptable. We are a gaming news network. Did you not understand?
We're staunch stiff.
That's right. Welcome to the
last time on
GamingCast.
Yes.
This is your host, Janser. And we have Count. Don't. Your laughter could be misconstrued.
Help it.
And we could trigger somebody, okay?
Oh.
You don't want to trigger. You don't want to cause a microaggression.
You mentioned that.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Gamertron,
before I get into that,
let's get into the news.
Go ahead.
Killer Team Star, go ahead.
Why Count?
Well, because Element of Death said it in the
chat. And all sorts
microaggressions
of
everywhere.
Why would you? Yes, all the microaggressions. So I have to say, I am very impressed with the new visual customizations for Titanfall 2.
Yeah.
The different camos and paint jobs. They're doing the thing that everyone was asking for from the first game. This is exactly what people were asking for. People said, well, we can't customize anything. We can't choose armor. We can't choose colors. And all these other games let us do that. Why can't we do it in Titanfall? Titanfall 2, holy crap, are they giving you options. Like, holy crap.
I think it's cool.
Can you put fishnets on the Titan? That's all I want to know. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
The answer just can't be serious tonight.
You never know. You never know. It's always a possibility. DLC.
Okay.
The DLC's free. You never know.
That sounds good to me.
Again, like the customization looks great. They have all these awesome camos and colors for your weapons, your pilots, and your Titans, which it's looking fabulous. They also have these unique, like, kind of, I don't know what you'd call them. They call them nose arts. They're just like big pictures you put on your Titan, like
graffiti, basically.
Yeah, graffiti, basically.
Art.
Yeah, they call it nose arts for some reason. And this is what I want to lead into. So, for the most part, everyone's happy. But guess who these who's what this new customization for Titanfall 2. Guess who this is pissed off?
SJWs?
Yes!
How could it not? How could it not? They're microaggressed everywhere all the time. Triggered.
You won't believe it. So, because there are going to be nose arts with like cover girls, poster girls, calendar girls in the Titanfall universe. You may have seen some in the trailer.
Is it done in the fashion of like Wolfenstein? The New Order? Okay, so we're talking about like World War II style of cover girls or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
They're a bit more cartoony than that, but yeah, essentially that. You can put them on your Titan, and there was a whole Tumblr post of a bunch of triggered SJWs saying,
that's Tumblr.
"Oh, this is sexist."
I love women so much. I don't ever want to see them on anything because that's how much I appreciate them. I can't stand to have them in view. That makes sense, right?
Anything from Tumblr, I just
Does that
pinup? To shout out to Grammaton Dried in chat. Pinups. That's
okay?
perfect.
So that's sexualization
yeah,
of like the Titan. You can't have
sexualized
robotics.
Like eventually, people caught on and said, "Hey, you guys are full of shit. There's nothing wrong with this. Like real soldiers in the military do this. And hey, what if there's lesbian pilots? Like you want to discriminate against them?
Look, as long as they have a dude in Daisy Dukes, you're good. If they don't do that, then there is a problem. But what they're doing is they're going back to a time period. This is more of like that's what they're doing. They're pulling from an older time period, and they're saying this is okay because that's what they did then, and it was like you said, it was a military thing. It was kind of a traditional thing. So yeah, I don't see any problem there. But of course, you're gonna say there's always gonna be somebody that says you can't do that. That was acceptable then, but not now.
I mean, nothing surprises me from the third wave feminist movement.
Oh, you and Gamertron have a lot.
The guy landed a goddamn they landed a goddamn satellite on a comet, and all they cared about was the guy the brains behind it in NASA. The guy had a shirt on that had a picture of Marilyn Monroe. They were outraged at that or whatever.
Oh my god!
Because there was a sexy-looking woman on his shirt.
They
didn't care that he just landed a goddamn satellite on a comet.
I think you and Gamertron should make like a social justice podcast.
Me and Gamertron?
Because you said something he said that I've never heard before either, which is third wave feminist. I don't know what this means.
Yes.
But you guys seem to know all the terminology,
okay,
microaggressions, and
fucking nuts.
I want to hear a
yes,
podcast from
too.
you two just ranting about this stuff. It would be amazing.
Yeah.
Anyways, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just want to bring that up. Of course, like I found it hilarious because as soon as I saw that stuff, as soon as I saw the cover girl pinup models on the Titans, I was like,
it's like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, I knew for the second I saw it, like, oh god, this is gonna trigger someone.
Here comes Anita Sarkeesian. They're gonna pull her bitch ass up in front of the Senate, and she's gonna go, they were being mean to me.
You would think that developers have learned by now, especially a big developer like Respawn, right? You would think that they would know. If I worked for one of them, I would be like, guys, come on. You know this is going to trigger something, right? Can we just get the dude with the Daisy Dukes in there? And then what are they going to say then? What are you going to say?
Even. Yeah, exactly.
And if dudes start complaining about, oh, you can't, it's like, who cares?
Well, no, that's cultural appropriation then, because you're stealing the culture from sexy women by having Daisy Dukes on or some shit.
But then you're not allowing transgender to have
now the Titans are gonna need like.
What about the dudes that want to see that or even dress that way? You got to cover everything, okay?
You can't win with these people.
These people
were born to be miserable, so just let them be miserable.
Okay, all right. I just want to see. I tweeted at. This is not, but this is going to help to end this. I tweeted at Titanfall. I tweeted at the official Titanfall that I want to see a trailer with AC/DC's Whole Lotta Rosie and some of the gameplay, because when you get in there, it's 42. What is it? 42, 26, 50. I don't know what it is. You can say she's got it all, and then it starts jamming. Come on, that is exactly what it's like to be in the Titan. You rush forward, start firing rockets, smash something. It's grand fun. Can we just have fun? Can we just have fun without the?
You're not allowed.
Just take the pinups out. Fine, whatever. No, they don't win.
No,
put a dude in Daisy Dukes in there or a G-string, whatever. It doesn't matter. And then everybody will be happy. Okay. Because we're looking at a dude's team.
We'll see when the final game comes out. It's going to be awesome. I can't, guys. Ooh, my excitement levels for Titanfall 2 are rising. Like I have this craving to play it. Like it's the same craving I had to play Doom. Like every time I get a craving to play Titanfall 2, like I need to play Titanfall 2 right now. I just boot up Doom and it calms me down. But this is one of those games where like I need to play it now.
The fanboy is spoken.
I haven't even pre-ordered. I haven't even pre-ordered the game. I think there's something to what you're saying there, Count. What did you just say?
He's craving.
Yeah. I you know what I did pre-order though?
Infinite Warfare?
Deathwing.
No, Deathwing.
No, I saw Deathwing. Deathwing. Warhammer Space Hulk.
That's right.
That game looks kind of cool. I was thinking about getting that.
If you know what type of gameplay it is, it should be something that's like, yes,
well, it's
I like
still
this.
First person, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
First person.
And it's in the style of like, Left 4 Dead,
right.
The other Warhammer Vermintide, right? Mm-hmm. So it's a 4-player co-op experience against like hordes of enemies.
Yes, and Tyranids.
Yeah.
The Tyranids have only been in one other Warhammer game, so it's great to see them in another Warhammer game. And this is the first Warhammer game ever in existence where you actually get to take control of a Space Marine Terminator. Which is going to be awesome.
Yes. Yeah, it's really great. So that's coming out very, very soon. I think it's
saw
September.
That you pre-ordered that.
The end of September or...
November, actually.
November.
It's in November.
Gosh,
wow, that's a lengthy pre-order for you, Janzer.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't, even if I like Doom, I didn't pre-order Doom until they threw an extra game in, and it was very close to it was very close to release. Like, I'm talking about a week or two away, and I was like, okay, fine. I would never pre-order early because I've learned my lesson. I've been burned enough. You know, not like these other people that can't seem to get enough of being burned, and then they get outraged at the fact that they got burned. You know, it's like buying. Imagine going on dates and then buying that person like an expensive gift, and you don't even know how they're gonna be. Don't commit so early.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly. This is what I'm not against pre-ordering, but I'm always saying if you're going to pre-order, do your homework. Yeah. Make sure you know what you're getting into.
Right. Know the developer. Have they done good work in the past that you enjoy? Great. That's one sign. That's not a like, oh, great, I'm all in. No, that's just at least one sign. Then at least have a decent idea of what the gameplay is going to be like before. And if you're not sure, just wait. No one's going to die if you don't play it on the first day. You know, and everybody else is going to rip it to shreds as it is. So you'll get an idea of what's wrong with it. You can make a determination if you should buy it or not. We shouldn't even have to be saying this ever.
Right.
And, you know?
What was I going to say?
Have you guys pre-ordered Titanfall 2 yet?
I have
not.
I pre-ordered the digital deluxe edition for $100, and I have to say it was worth it. It's worth it, dude.
But what's the one with the helmet? Right. Count brought that up last time.
That's the Vanguard edition. That's the 250 one.
I gotta get that. I gotta outdo Gamertron on that.
Oh, but what about you?
Play the damn game.
You're already spending a lot on your computer, though.
Oh, that's all right.
Okay, all right, fair. That's that's a good reason.
I will have my new rig before Titanfall 2, though.
That is an officially good reason. But you're already, but that's okay. All right.
Oh, and you got to wear the helmet on one of the podcasts when it comes out. Need to see that helmet and if it fits you.
That's true.
That's my big head, my big fat head.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably not going to affect my gameplay. I'm going to suck regardless, so it's probably not going to affect my gameplay or anything.
You can point to it as an excuse, though, so that'll work.
Yeah, you're right. The helmet.
It's the helmet. Clearly, you can. Yeah.
How can I fight with the visor down?
Yeah.
Your eyes can deceive you. Don't believe them. What movie is that from?
Oh, come on, man. I'm going to let Gamertron go because he probably doesn't know. He's probably never seen it.
Oh, I want to know what it is.
Come on, dude.
Well, this is a question from Phil in the chat, Philamon Grundy.
Yeah.
What a deflection. Wow.
What do you mean, come on, dude? I don't know how to answer that. What am I supposed to say?
How is it worth it, Tron?
Wait, Star Wars? How is that from Star Wars? When
Luke Wars? Is going into the run into the Death Star, into the little valley or whatever there.
No. That's when he's
when he's training. It was either that one or the train. Yeah, okay.
Remember when R2-D2's playing the monster chess with the Wookiee, and he goes,
yes.
Yeah, he's like training with the little, anyway, the probe, whatever it is. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why.
I remember now. Thank you. I just like that when I think Star Wars, visors going down your last thing I think about when it comes to Star Wars.
What Janzer's talking about is when he goes, Luke, you switched off your targeting computer.
Right.
He goes, I'm okay. Because Obi-Wan Kenobi's in my head right now, and I'm
It's okay. I slept at a Holiday Inn last night. I'm good.
Yeah, and then he's going to
I'm a fucking pro now.
I can't shoot my son right now. That's my fucking son. The fucking force is strong with this bastard.
He's like, dude, I'm flying backwards right now. Have you not even been paying attention?
Yeah. I fucked Natalie Portman over this shit. I mean, come on.
Well, anyway, it was Luke, not... That wasn't... It's his dad. Luke? That was his dad. I mean, he did pass through the canal, but that's not technically
Portman to make Luke.
Right, God, but you said Luke.
You have to get on my Star Wars level.
You said Luke. Oh, okay, I'm not even gonna.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you okay? You were on. You're right. I'm not on that level yet. I'm not sure I want to be on that level.
You're not on my Star Wars level. Buddy.
That's like Star Wars incest level to me.
I'm not bragging or anything, but you know.
All right. So, a really quick thing while Gamertron collects himself from his old English All right. Bioshock.
He's got a little recording going. Fake laugh.
Yeah, I know. He's like, I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
but in the meantime,
for like the last
listen to this. Bioshock Remastered. So if you already own it on Steam, you can get the free update to it. We may have brought this up before, but I don't recall that. But you're going to be able to get the free update to Bioshock and Bioshock 2. You'll retain the original title and you'll have the option to choose between the old one and the new one if you really want. So you're only going to see one title in your Steam, library. Now, if you didn't buy it on Steam, that's where it gets a little tricky. You have to show some type of proof of purchase. Or if you bought it on a different platform and it has a code, you can go ahead and enter that code into Steam and it'll give you the option of downloading the remaster version. That's basically to get it up to 1080p. And of course, they're not going to remaster, the last one because it was already 1080p. So, yeah, that's a quick little thing. I think that's coming out in September. So it should be coming out. I don't know when in September because we're already on the 10th. But, yeah.
Bioshock is actually one of the very few games I still have a physical copy of, so I'll have to see if that works. Like, I have Bioshock 2 on my Steam. Okay, I'll try this out. When the remaster comes out, I'll try this out, see if it works.
I know they said they're being pretty lenient, so it might be a thing about, like, hey, contact them and whatever. What's actually kind of interesting is now this reminds me of something that happened in the past. A couple of years ago, I wanted to play Bioshock 1, but even though I had the disc, I couldn't find the box, and that means I couldn't find the code. And so I was like, hey, guys, so I emailed them, and they're like, yeah, you're fucked. And I was like, really?
Yeah, but I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, I was like, what? I was like, it's... It was even... I think, no, it wasn't installed, but I mean, I was like, I could install, I just can't play it, I was like, it just doesn't, I was like, here's the disc, I can send you a picture, I was like, I'll buy a code from you guys, how could that be a wrong thing? They're like, yeah, no, sorry, get wrecked, go fucking buy another one. So, yeah, hopefully they will be more lenient. Maybe they've changed, a little bit.
Well, was it from the official developers,
yes.
Or was this from 2K?
It was from the developers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't think I contacted 2K. I don't think I would have contacted the developers, not the production or whatever, the producers or whatever. Publisher. There you go.
That genuinely surprises me, huh?
Well, I don't think at that time they weren't a big deal anymore. They hadn't. Maybe they were making part 3 already, but. I don't think that they were really in the news or anything. So when you're not like in the forefront, you can kind of tell people to fuck off, and who's going to care, because you're not like being analyzed by everybody and everything you're doing, the way that they might be now, where they're kind of at the forefront of people's minds. So, anyways, but yeah.
Okay. Oh, to go back a bit earlier, I meant to answer Philamon Grundy's question about how the deluxe edition is worth it. The reason the Titanfall 2 Deluxe Edition is worth it is they've added a shit ton of new stuff. Before they were giving you a bunch of cosmetics. Now they're giving you even more cosmetics. They decided to up the ante on the Digital Deluxe Edition. So, Digital Deluxe Edition of Titanfall 2 is going to come with the Nitro Scorch Pack. It's an exclusive color set and pattern, just all this exclusive cosmetics for the Scorch Titan. There's going to be more exclusive cosmetics, exclusive camouflages, exclusive nose arts, and on top of that, they're adding something called Primed Titans, where this is first we have Warframe with Prime Warframes and Evolve with Prime skins. Now we're getting Prime Titans in Titanfall 2. So how this is going to work? How this is going to work is if you pre-order the Digital Deluxe Edition, you're going to get access to Ion Prime and Scorch Prime. They're still Ion and Scorch, but they have different visuals, different executions, different enemy executions, and different audio.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, wow. It's
pay to win.
Wow, that's crazy.
No, it's not. It's cosmetic only.
I'm saying it first before anyone else outraged says it. Anything that you pay for that is extra is pay to win.
Well, yeah, again, I'm really happy with that Prime Titan access. Good one, Phil. Yeah, so I'm just saying, like, it's a pretty good deal. The deluxe edition of Titanfall 2 is a pretty good deal. You're getting a ton of awesome cosmetic stuff if you get the deluxe edition, is all I'm saying.
Cosmetics. All right. That's great.
Graham's asking how much more money is that?
Well, it's $100.
$100
for Canadian.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
God, we always have to do this.
So that's like $80 American.
Yeah,
maybe?
80.
Yeah.
$20 more basically. Will get
Something
you.
like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
I always think of it as like 20% more. So that's how I
Yeah.
came up with 80. Huh. Okay. Well, that's a thing.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, I remember when I lived in Canada, when I lived in Scarborough for, about 5 months or so. I remember I went to buy a case of beer and it was like $24.
Wow.
I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
That's $1 per beer, though.
Yeah, like what? And it was like cheap beer. It wasn't like good.
Yeah.
Beer, so.
Should have been a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Well.
Good thing I don't smoke.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Thank God.
Yeah.
It's super expensive or what?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Jesus, man, it's ridiculous. Everything in Canada is more expensive. I am envious of you guys in the States. Like we have to pay so much more than you guys do.
Yeah, but you don't have a wife that spends. You know how much my wife has been spending lately on nicotine gum. She's back on nicotine gum after years of doing like 25 pieces a day, dude. What? So you know how much that? Yeah, I know. It's like that could kill you. You do realize I don't know.
Oh,
if it could kill
damn.
Her, but I'm just like, well, I don't know why I brought this up, but I mean, you're talking a lot. You might as well just smoke cigarettes, even in Canada. That's less expensive. Than
This is the section of the podcast where you talk about your wife. That's why.
Oh yeah, I shouldn't do that. But.
Well, in more gaming news, we have some new content has been announced for Doom. Then their next free update is coming out very soon. They're going to have a live stream on the 13th, on Tuesday. They're going to have a live stream showing off the new content. They're adding a free-for-all deathmatch to multiplayer and a new game mode called Arcade. And right now, everybody's been asking for a free-for-all deathmatch, so they're finally adding it, but no one knows anything about this new arcade mode. It's very mysterious. What is arcade mode? Also, private matches are finally coming as well. That's another thing.
That's kind of cool.
So we're getting private matches, free-for-all deathmatch, and this arcade... Again, it's just very curious. What could arcade mode be? I'm so curious because different devs call arcade mode different things. Like Evolve, they recently changed the names. So now doing regular old Hunt, not competitive Hunt, is now called arcade for some reason. So I'm very... What could arcade mode be? That's the big mystery here. And
I'm guessing if it's like any other arcade mode, it just means that it's a little bit more overpowered and faster gameplay and easier to die. That's like an arcade, quarter eating kind of thing.
I'm hoping hopefully it has something to do with bots. Hopefully they're finally adding like multiplayer bots. That's what I'm hoping for. So excited. Doom's getting new content. Friggin' awesome. Live stream this Tuesday.
I want them to add to the story.
That's what everyone's asking for, man. Every time I look up a video on the official Bethesda YouTube and Doom YouTube, everyone's everyone's asking for more single player. Everybody's saying, people are saying in chat, "We'll pay you money. Just give us more single player."
Yeah, put out a DLC for $20 or something, and give us some more chapters to the story.
It's always weird to me when I hear somebody say, "Oh, that was a waste of my money." Like Doom. I'm like, really? Doom is one of the best games that's come out in a long time, as far as
Doom was definitely not a waste of money.
Yeah, but I heard that in another podcast, and I was like, what do you define as a good game? I'm scared about this person.
They probably went ahead and went through and beat the game, and they feel unsatisfied somehow.
Maybe they played it on super easy.
They're not. Yeah, that there's no more to the story, so they feel like at that point it was a waste of money. But I mean, did you waste your money while you're actually going through the story the first time? I mean, no.
Yeah, maybe play it on hard.
Yeah, play it on that. I mean, it's.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, people are demanding single-player content. Doom's getting new content, and I'm glad you guys brought that up about games this year. So, if you guys don't mind if I know this is a little off topic,
don't say how amazing this year is for game. Please don't say it again. You've said it the last two podcasts. Please, this is something different, right?
It's in the same vein, but it's not the exact same thing. So I wanted to ask, like, guys, what are your thoughts on I keep praising 2016 because I think this has been a great year for games. But what do you guys think about
only
the
9
year
months
so
in?
far?
Let's get some Titanfall 2. Let's get some Titanfall 2. I want to play my Deathwing. Come on, man. I want to get to the games that I've been waiting for. Those are the games I've been waiting for. I want to, Doom was a happy thing that I didn't even expect to be that amazing, and it was I had a great time with it. I'm not saying that everybody should have had a great time with it, but it was a very unexpected, extremely well done thing. So other than that, I mean, I wasn't really waiting for anything this year except for, like I said, Deathwing and Titanfall 2. I've said that every fucking podcast that we've asked.
How long have you been waiting on Deathwing? Is this a game that you've been
last
waiting
fall,
on a
at
long
least.
time? Or
When I first heard about snippets of trailers, they did one trailer that was controversial to fans of Warhammer 40,000 because it didn't have the standard power metal or whatever in the background. Apparently it's a very English. Caucasian-oriented type of group that enjoys Warhammer 40,000. So if you don't have metal in the background and it being for the Imperial, for the Emperor, right. I'm like, I'm sorry that I'm not your color, but I enjoy it too. And if they have something that's not exactly the same, metal in the background that doesn't do the exact same thing, they had a different kind of song that was a little bit more ethnic, and you can't have that in there. Shut up! It's a fucking advert. They're bringing, and actually, whoever did that trailer did a great job of editing, to the beats of the song itself, which is always it always makes it that much more remarkable, And I got to go back and find it. I think it had some kind of a little bit of a Spanish flair to it. So
yeah. It was Spanish rap, I think.
No, it wasn't. It was actually the band is actually either Russian or Ukrainian. So once again, it goes back to these things about people making assumptions about things that they don't even fucking know. So when they look up the band, then people are like, "Oh," and I was like, "Yeah, you fucking racists." So anyways, because they were like, "What? This is Mexican stuff." It's it had nothing to do with Mexico.
Talking about?
It was like a
metal?
No, at all. No. Not at all. But that's what they wanted. They wanted power metal. They wanted something that was very traditional to that kind of this is what it always does. You can't not have metal because that's always what it's like. Whatever, man. It was a cool damn. It's just people being butthurt about something changing. They don't like the change. You got to stay true. There is no official music for Warhammer 40,000, okay? It's just the fan base that likes a certain thing, But if you want to open it up to the gaming community, there's more than just that singular type of fan base that's in the gaming community. So whoever did that video did an amazing job. So we talked about it a long time ago. It's actually a really well done video, and I don't even remember the name of it or anything, but it's on YouTube. So, but
Deathwing's one of the many upcoming games coming out. October and November are just jam-packed with games. We got Dishonored 2, we have Deathwing, we have Shadow Warrior, we have Watch Dogs 2. And of course, Titanfall 2, Battlefield 1, Call of Duty. The next couple of months are just jam-packed with games. It's freaking incredible. It's freaking incredible. And there's even more games coming out that I just can't remember off the top of my head. Mafia Free, that's coming out in November, December. People are getting really excited for Mafia Free. What else we got? I can't think or
I've
find
got
anything
one
right
here that I think is out already. It's called Halcyon 6. Halcyon 6. People were comparing it to kind of like a XCOM meets FTL. And a little bit of Darkest Dungeon in there as well. So I definitely recommend people go look at it. It is, but it's a side. It's kind of like a
side scroll.
Yeah, side view like FTL is. The graphics are like FTL or something like maybe a little bit like Starbound-ish kind of. More FTL, so they're flat 2D. But your characters, you control a group of people. You also control a ship. And I know your characters can get status effects on them, kind of like XCOM or Darkest Dungeon, the more you take them out into the field. So, it's got a lot of neat things in there. It doesn't have a very amazing graphics engine, but once again, this goes back to those people that love gameplay over the look of things, and it doesn't look bad. It just doesn't look amazing, But gameplay-wise, it should be fucking amazing. It's $17, which seems a little bit much for me when I'm not getting like some amazing graphics engine behind it. But I might pick it up if it's on sale for damn sure. It might be on sale right now. I just saw it was.
It is on sale
$17.
right now. It is on sale right now.
Yeah, it looks really good.
This is this is an awesome looking game. This is awesome.
Highly recommend looking into it. Yes. Once again, I said looking into it because I would never tell people to go fucking purchase something without making up their own goddamn mind. So yeah,
hey, unless whatever happened, Janzer, whatever happened to that game that you had talked about? This is maybe 15 episodes ago.
Oh yeah, okay.
But it was kind of like a space survival game, kind of like a little like Alien Isolation.
Right.
What was that?
They had that on the Unreal Engine 4. They did a Kickstarter for it and everything.
Yeah.
Jore, the guy, the developer that did that, he basically, they ended the Kickstarter saying, okay, look, it was called Jesus.
What was that called?
I actually can't remember the name of it right now. It's been a while since I've thought about it. Let me look at my channel real quick. But the guy, he ended they didn't make the money. Star Drop. That's correct.
Yeah,
it was kind of like a space exploration. Your main character was you and another person that were going out and finding derelicts, basically, which is ships that had no power to them. They were just floating in space, and you go and kind of like salvage stuff from them or get the. It was an
infinite generated universe. No.
I don't know if it was.
That's the wrong.
Yeah. No, you're thinking No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
That would have been interesting, if you find these. But you got to mix a few different things together if it's going to keep people's interest. And this was just a very linear type of like couple of ships that you could go search through. He was trying to not bite off too much. And he said he was going to, refocus and try to come back with better advertising and marketing for it to try to, he said for the Kickstarters, what he found out was that the majority of the big push, kind of like YouTube, comes in the first few weeks, like the first week or two. And that's where you're going to make the majority of your money as for people backing it. So, that didn't go. So, I didn't have to pay anything. So it doesn't matter. But it was interesting. So whether or not he does his thing, who knows? But he did say he was going to regather and regroup and actually give it another shot. So, we'll see. But
I'm still waiting on more updates about City of Titans, the Kickstarter game.
Yeah.
I keep going back, I go back monthly to their website, and it just seems like the progress is so slow. I'm starting to have my doubts whether we're ever going to see that game. But because they had talked about bringing that game to an alpha, early 2017. At the rate they're going, it doesn't seem like that's going to happen, but it's a little disappointing because that's been out of Kickstarter for like a year and a half, almost 2 years. So, but that's such a big undertaking of a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A big MMO game like that. So,
yeah, absolutely.
I don't know.
I do remember you brought that up. Man, that was a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
Another game coming out, apparently January 27th, but I've seen some gameplay of it, and I liked it on Twitter, so you can go check it out. It's called Sniper Ghost Warrior 3. I had never heard of this series before.
Yes,
but apparently they're at number 3, and I was watching these idiots on the Let's Play channel, which is part of Rooster Teeth, play it, and it looks like a lot of goddamn fun. First off, the other day I was talking about playing Borderlands 2 because of the sniping class in it, and I was thinking to myself, what other games do I have that have a really good sniping system in it? None. So this might fill that need for, a really good, you can choose the type of bullets you have,
The need to snipe. What's this game called?
Sniper Ghost Warrior 3.
Yeah.
So you have 3 different methods of operation. You can be a pure sniper, the Ghost, which apparently has certain feats or features that they can do, or the Warrior type, which I think more all out with the primary assault rifle or something like that. But the sniping part of it was really nice when I was watching it, and you kind of infiltrate things. You have objectives to do. There's vehicles in there that work pretty well.
This is hardly an indie game.
No, it's really well done. Graphically, it looks very nice.
Well, it's running on the Crytek engine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It just, and I'm not normally one to push big games like this. It seems a little out of character, but I don't really have a specific thing. I don't care if it's indie or AAA. It just has to be
good.
The
recon drone looks bad as hell.
Oh, yeah. The recon drone's camera and spotting system worked really well. It's really nice. Those guys on Let's Play Channel 2, they're also really funny, so you check that out. It's an enjoyable video to, like, kind of take a view of what the systems are like, but also get a little humor out of it, too. But definitely cool as fuck.
Available January 27th.
Yeah, I know. That's the only 2017, so, you know.
That'll be here before you know it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, there was one other one that I didn't get a chance to dig up a lot of information on, but I heard it on 2 different podcasts. Cyberpunk 2077, which is a release from CD Projekt that the guys that did Witcher and all that. They said that they've thrown even more developers on this than they did on Witcher 3, which is amazing because they did a lot with Witcher 3.
Oh yeah,
love it or hate it. You know. Witcher 3 did a lot.
How could you hate The Witcher 3? How could you hate The Witcher 3?
Well, even you said that it was over, hype.
Oh, yeah, it's overrated as hell.
Yeah, overrated. So that right there is a little bit of negativity that I don't even think belonged there.
It's not negativity. I'm just saying people calling the game perfection or saying it's so
when you're saying it's overrated, that is kind of a negative criticism on it.
I'm saying it's overrated when people praise the game for stuff that other games have done the exact same thing. People say the game is so original, it's revolutionary. Right. It's not. You're
saying that it's overrated, which is a negative thing. You don't want to admit to any negativity, but it's true. Come on, man. If I said you're overrated, that's me being negative about you in a critical way. That's all. Or in an asshole way. One of the two.
Are you right? Are you being right?
Does it matter? I'm still saying it is the point. That's the point.
Yeah, but are you saying it objectively or are you saying it subjectively?
Once again, does it matter? Because I'm still saying it.
Yeah, it matters. The context, of course, the context matters.
This conversation is overrated. The point being, once again, CD Projekt, Cyberpunk 2077, go check it out. Apparently it's been in development for a while, and it's just kind of resurfaced. They just started kind of like, talking a little bit more about its production. So I like that Cyberpunk type of, Shadowrun type of environment, if you will. Shadowrun's old school thing with Cyberpunk and all that. So definitely something to look into. And I think you'll find some articles out there talking about it right now.
But we have no gameplay on the game yet. We still have no what type of game this is.
Right. That's why I said go research it. And if you know the Cyberpunk universe, it's like a Shadowrun type of universe, which is the mix of technology and guns and like blades and sometimes magic. So, not always necessarily magic because it's Cyberpunk, but it's usually a universe where kind of like we're talking about... what's that Harrison Ford movie? Blade Runner. Kind of like that kind of universe. That's a cyberpunk-ish. Not really fully cyberpunk, but it's definitely that kind of a feel, Everything is a little bit run down. Everything's kind of dark. You've got technology mix, and the technology is not shiny and new. It's all, like, dirty, Right. It's been with us for so long at that point that it's kind of like people don't even think about it, that kind of thing. It's just it's in fact... not even, it's taken for granted is what it is, so yeah, that's when the technology is really in every aspect of life, when they take it for granted, kind of like we are now. Anyways, yeah, so if y'all have something, otherwise I can keep going. I got a couple other things.
Honestly, I'm kind of shocked. I'm out of gaming news. Like, I have nothing else. Like, not too much happened this week.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a slow week. The big news was the console stuff.
Yeah,
the PS4 stuff. But go ahead, Janzer.
All right, real quick. Gamertron, thank you, Mr. Gamertron. We were playing Rainbow Six Siege the other day, and he pointed out to me that there are some leather helmets for the German operators. So, and they look fucking spectacular.
Yes.
They look so damn well. Oh my god. Which pisses me off about why they can't get Twitch's helmets right. Well, they did get one, the chainmail. But I mean, her originals, I remember we were playing with somebody, I think it was Emphasized. He was like, why is that person wearing a sock on their head? I was like, oh, I feel bad. Because Twitch wears like a full, kind of like I don't know what it is, what you call that thing, but it covers the entire head. A balaclava? What, is that what it is?
It's
balaclava. I think it's balaclava.
Okay.
Because baklava is a dessert, Greek Dessert.
Baccarat
Balaclava is a full, like, except for your eyes are shown. But those, unfortunately, the downside is it is for only Rainbow $6, which sucks. I think it's like 630, 640, 600. It's like 600 something. But the positive thing about Rainbow Six is that they will push their Rainbow Six only types of items currency into just regular Rainbow Six renown. So there's a chance that it will go down to renown only, and you won't have to buy currency, which I'm not paying any more money to that game. So, but another curious note.
Sucks, doesn't it?
No, I love the game, but the thing is, I love the game, but the thing is, I pre-ordered it. I pre-ordered it for a buddy as well, and I also got the season pass for it. I have put a lot of money into the game. That's why I say I know my damn limit. I know my limit. Gamers just need to know their limits. That's why I say I don't care. It's not a knock against the developers. I love what they did. Shit, I'm still playing it, but I will not put another dollar into that game because I've pushed the limit money-wise.
So you were streaming that last night.
Yeah, I was streaming it for the first time in a long time. But what I did notice, Gamertron 2, is you might want to check if you hadn't checked. But I had there was like a little outage there one day where they gave us a free booster, and I was like, oh, cool, free booster. So when I went back the other day, I had another free booster. I have 2 free boosters. 24 hours.
Oh my god! I need to check it. They're giving out free boosters. Holy!
This
shit.
means that you guys should be logging into your games, and I'm really bad about daily logins. Grammaton Dryad is very good about that stuff. He kind of looks down at me like, dude, just log into the shit and be done with it. I'm like, I can't be bothered. I'm gonna sit here and cry about things instead. And where I could just be logging into systems and getting the free things that they offer daily, you know, like Evolve, Warframe, Rainbow Six Siege has different challenges.
Yeah, I have a whole schedule. Like, I have an hour of the day just dedicated to logging into games just to get the daily stuff.
And I don't want to be. Don't task me with my games, all right? I remember going into Warframe one time, and it had like this huge list of like topics to do. I'm like, this looks like my email list at work. Right. What the fuck, guys? I'm playing a video game. I want to chill out, not be, here you go, here's your list of things to do. Get at it, Tenno. Fuck
Destiny's
you.
Destiny's a little like that. I mean, you know, check your quests. And
I'm just being an asshole, because I should just do it.
My honey-do list for the day of Destiny.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I don't want it to feel that way, Count. That's what I'm saying. Oh, man. Yeah, go ahead.
Just talk about Rainbow Six Siege.
Sure,
like, the developers, it is remarkable. I've never seen, this is Ubisoft Montreal, the developer. I've never seen Ubisoft Montreal dedicate themselves to a game like they have Siege. They've worked on many games in the past.
Yeah.
Oh, yes?
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll be quick. They've worked on so many games in the past where, like, just a few months after launch, like, they're done. No more support, anything like that, even some multiplayer games. Siege, they have dedicated themselves this whole year.
Yes.
Ubisoft Montreal, the content, the updates, the works on balancing, on anti-cheating, on the competitive side of things. Hats off to Ubisoft Montreal for their dedication to Siege. Like, I'm impressed by Ubisoft. They've definitely, they're doing their best to gain a good rep again after people got so burned a couple years ago. They're doing the best. Like, you got to give Ubisoft that. They are trying to please the customer.
Yeah. No, it's true. I knew they were serious when they hired Idris Elba to do their trailers and whatnot, their marketing. I'm like, you're going to afford him? Oh, shit. They got money behind this. They've got a budget.
Bring him up like every show.
I do. I'm sorry, okay? He's fucking amazing.
Yes.
But look, when you're going to pay for that level of talent...
Sorry, hold up, Janser. Have you seen Lufer yet, Count? Can we do our Lufer
Have you seen Daredevil yet?
Yeah.
I have, actually.
Let's quiz him on it. All right, let's go.
Bull.
Yeah. Did you listen to our podcast that we did about that?
What do you mean, bull?
Yeah, you haven't seen Daredevil.
Oh, so you follow me around, Count?
What's Daredevil?
Wait, you follow us around. Why can't we follow you?
What do you mean? I don't follow you
around. Gamertron stalking us on Twitter, remember?
Oh my god.
I follow you.
I remember.
How is it stalking if it's out and open in the public?
Because you don't have a Twitter account, therefore that means you're stalking.
How? Okay, you got to. Okay. Now you got to explain to me. How does me not having an account, looking at your Twitter equate to stalking?
Because it would be social interaction if you did have one and were following us and it was in your news feed, but that's not the case. You have to go look for our accounts.
What do you mean? Who is Matt Murdock? It's the name of Matt Murdock's girlfriend.
It's true. That's a good point.
I completely forgot. I don't care.
I get them.
Who is? What's the name of?
Choice? What's her drug of choice in the comic book?
Oh yeah, there you go.
I don't read comic books, man.
Who's the name of the chick? Oh wait, what profession does the chick that Foggy spend a night with? I should say this is an easy one. What job does she do?
Wait, Foggy? Which character are you talking about?
Oh come on, you don't know Foggy. What did you think of Foggy?
You haven't watched Daredevil.
What did you think of Foggy?
Wait, is he Daredevil's best friend? The best friend lawyer?
Yeah.
I'm not answering. Count? What? Don't tell him.
Franklin Nelson. Yes.
Moving on, Super Mario Run 6 out for the iOS was also announced. This comes from Nintendo. Remember Nintendo? We're never gonna get into mobile gaming.
Mobile Mario.
Now they're on mobile gaming. But they stand by their decision saying that this is not Mario. This is an extension of the game. So it's not like we're trying to translate the game onto this platform.
That's such bullshit.
They just realized they fucked up and they're like, dude, we got to get into. Do you see what happened with Pokemon? Did you see what? That wasn't even us. That was Niantic. We got to get in on this money. So,
what surprises me the most.
I guess Harry Potter's going to be doing one.
What surprised me the most is that Miyamoto himself went on stage. Like Nintendo
yes, that's correct. Yes,
Nintendo representatives, they never go to other people's shows.
Yes,
ever. It's always a contained. It's always at their special events.
Right, because why would you do that? Yeah, Japan is very strict, like social rules about how and why everything means something. Everything. So you would never go to there because that means that they have something on you. Like you would put your own show on if you're going to talk about your own product. You don't go to somebody else's. What is this? You know, that's how they normally would think about things. They don't mix very often. So go ahead.
I got nothing else. It's a surprise from Nintendo.
It is
unexpected.
Very surprising. Yeah. But they're trying, this is part of like Japanese gaming, development, trying to be more open to, anything, honestly, because they've always been very tight about their development. Like they do their own thing and the West does its own thing and never the two will mix, so which has harmed them in the past with different series. They've missed out and they've messed up, that's for sure. So we'll see. Things are not the same, that's for sure. So last little thing, Overwatch high bandwidth update for PC. So apparently, I think like it used to run at like a
20,
23 times per second hit. Now it's at like 64 or 63, something like that. Basically, just means that you won't have any more of you should have a lot less of the. God damn it! I was behind the corner. There's no way they could have shot me. The netcode just caught up. So, but
that's excellent. I didn't notice anything when I played the game. I didn't notice anything. Like there was an update, but I thought that was just for the new map.
Yeah, no, it was probably the high bandwidth update. So they said it was mostly rolled out to every system. So, yeah, pretty interesting. It's good. I mean, you got to remember, as much as I don't know about y'all. I'm not going to talk for y'all, but because I'm trying to be nice. But as much as I might rag on Overwatch, it's still Blizzard. They are not going to fail. They are going to make money. They're going to take your money, and they proved it with the Olympics. All of those boxes to get like the Olympic specific, fuck
those boxes.
God damn, people. And people fall for it.
I know. I'm so shocked that there wasn't more outrage over this.
No, they love it.
I don't get why though.
Don't microtransaction me unless I say it's okay or it's Blizzard. Or it's Blizzard. If it's Blizzard, they can just do whatever they want.
Get a pass.
Yeah.
That's it's just so remarkable. Like the worst thing is, like I did an experiment when the Summer Games was doing its thing. So getting the typical Summer Games loot boxes, like leveling up and whatnot, got nothing but sprays. As soon as I bought one for $2, immediately got a legendary skin.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, that's
you are charmed. As soon as you bought one?
Yeah, as soon as I bought one, and I've noticed this every time this was months ago when Overwatch first came out. When I was leveling up normally and getting loot boxes, I was getting nothing but sprays, low-level skins, nothing I wanted. As soon as I bought shit, as soon as I spent real money on the game, it started throwing legendaries at me. Just, it's obvious that the system is built so that if you buy stuff, you're guaranteed the good stuff.
Yeah, they're not gonna give you.
But I'm just surprised there's not more. That like there was some outrage, but then it kind of died off. I'm surprised there's not more because
they've gotten away with things that other games could not. Remember the whole thing, Destiny, no story or whatever. You have to go external. Overwatch, no story. No one cares. Whatever. We'll do what we want, and you're gonna love it.
Destiny does it. Oh my god. Yeah.
Rainbow Six, they complain. Titanfall, they complain.
No single player mode. No, we love it.
Blizzard,
we love you. Okay. Yeah. No single player. Doesn't matter. We love you. Everything is correct.
Oh man.
Yeah. It's good times.
Oh well. So what'd you guys play this week? I know you and me, Janzer, we played some Siege. I have a lot of games I played this week that I'm excited to talk about, but what'd you guys play this week?
Well, I mean, I played Destiny, but speaking of Destiny, they did have a 12 gig update for the pre-Rise of Iron.
I heard of this.
Yeah, yes. And got faster loading screens. It's cut down on the loadings. Well,
really?
So that was yeah.
Well, what if you don't you have to buy Rise of Iron though?
No. Everyone got a patch. There was a couple nerfs. They nerfed a weapon or two. And
something
they just,
phallus or whatever.
Yeah, the touch of malice and phallus. But yeah, it just makes the loading screens a little faster. And people were like, "Well, is it my imagination?" And I think GrindHeadJim tweeted out where Forbes magazine actually covered it.
I saw it before. Yeah, I saw that like when I was out earlier. Yep. But so Rise of Iron is going to be free?
No, you have to buy Rise of Iron. Like to watch the cinematic, they have a little icon when you go to your Destiny map. There's a little icon where you can watch the cinematic trailer for the new Rise of Iron.
But if you don't buy it, you still have to get the patch
to watch that. No, you still have the patch. It still advertises it's still when you log into the game, the new splash screen says Rise of Iron on it. You don't have to pre-order that or anything to have that in effect.
Right.
That's for everyone in the game.
You
won't be able to do the content.
Right. I was under the impression that if you're going to get Rise of Iron, you need the patch because there's something there that's going to...
Yeah,
I don't know. You need that.
The patch was across the board.
But if you don't play Rise of Iron, shouldn't you be able to not have to have that patch? You know?
I don't think so. The patch was just not for Rise of Iron.
Okay.
It's kind of like a pre-warm-up, kind of like a pre-loading.
I just don't want stuff
Iron
being added in that I didn't... Maybe I'm not going to get that. I don't want the extra...
They changed a little bit of they changed like some stuff in the quest screens. They changed like the layout a little bit.
All of that's great.
Changes.
That's all great, but it should be separate from anything that has to do with the Rise of Iron until I decide I want to buy that.
They're pimping it. You know, it's like everyone gets the new splash screen, and you can even pre-order it from the game. You know, they have a little spot where you can click and say pre-order right there.
Man, this game should be ready to go by the time I buy it then.
Oh, yeah. So, preloaded and everything. So it was like almost a 13 gig update. So it's pretty sizable. So
wow, yeah.
Yeah, so that's about the only thing I did all week.
Destiny.
Well, what you do in Destiny? Like do any raids, killing the bosses, find some epic loot?
I haven't done a raid. I don't have a team to. GrindHeadJim did add me on PlayStation.
Oh, there we go.
Friends,
there we go. What did I tell you? And you said he hated you. What's wrong?
No, I was kidding. I know he didn't hate me. Just a strong dislike, but yeah, I don't think it's quite hate yet. But
oh no, my God.
He hates my dog. That's for sure. I was on one of his live streams and he was talking to somebody, and I was in chat, and I was like, "Hey, Jim, what's going on?" Blah blah blah, and he was like, asking somebody, "Oh, what kind of dog do you have?" Hopefully a real dog, not like a Chihuahua or something. And I was like, "Oh, you hurt me." I was like, "But the Chihuahua's manly." So that's why the other day I was like, yesterday, in fact, I think it was last night. Yeah, I was playing Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, right? Manly game, and I was playing the Beard Man. I was so a guy with a huge beard and with whatever. And then I had Blackbeard, yeah, and I had Lana Del Rey, totally manly, and she's talking about whatever she's talking about, and I had my manly dog who was sleeping there, and it was super manly. Yeah, it was great. had to counteract the lack of manliness by playing a manly game. So I'm just messing around. Anyways, no, that's all I got. That's all I got, guys.
Well, didn't you play anything else this week?
Count or me?
You Count just played Destiny. What? I know you played Siege and something else this week.
I don't remember, dude. My week has been full of like work related things. We had a dev that's like So, I mean, I could talk work-related stuff, but that's not going to be interesting to anybody, so I'm not going to.
Well, I remember you earlier this week.
You are a stalker. You just are.
Borderlands. You guys
Jeez, man. Look at this guy. Count, I'm telling you, Count.
How?
See, it's not okay to know what he's doing, but he knows everything we're doing. Show? Yeah.
What do you mean everything?
Hashtag the Stalkertron show.
This was later in the week. This was in the Discord. There's nothing. Okay, because I have good memory. I'm a stalker, apparently. Okay. I don't even have that good
Go ahead
memory.
and prompt me on what you want me to say. I'm sorry.
You told me you played Remember
Hold up
Me.
some cue cards. Oh, wait, you don't have a webcam. Oh, darn it.
Remember Me.
I'll have an update on that later. But anyways, dude, you said you told me you played Remember Me.
I think last Sunday or something like that, or Monday.
The hell's Remember Me?
It's a game. It's like a French game where you look at like a lady's butt. And you go
oh,
in.
Damn, I'm in.
Yeah, I know. The French love their women, and they are going to show you how much they love it.
Oh,
She's in a skin-tight white outfit, and you just check out her ass the entire time. I was like, okay.
Oh, my God.
They showed me what their focus was with the camera. I mean, so many times. I was like, wow. I feel a little perved out here, So I'm starting to get micro-aggressively triggered or something. Yeah. I played it on controller, and it's very linear, very story-driven, clearly. It has I haven't played enough of it to give you any kind of, like, fucking review. I'm not going to do that anyways, but it's interesting.
Too bad.
It's interesting.
5 minutes, begin.
Yeah, it's...
I'm kidding.
Well, it is, graphically, it's really, really nice to look at. Like I said, mostly you're watching a lady's ass, and they spent a lot of time on her model, meaning her butt. So yeah, seriously, that's how much the camera is like on her ass. It's like, I have to bring it up that much. Really. So then when you go into like, other parts of it are, like I said, extremely linear, which is not a bad thing. It's just what it is. There are some other things that I saw, like a huge robot. There was like some kind of like slum area. These were all really nice, but I couldn't like deviate from the main path very much at all. Once again, very helpful if you just want to play a game without having to like try to make up your own ideas of what you need to do, something like No Man's Sky or Minecraft or whatever, If you just want to play through a game with a certain time frame in mind, these games are good for that, because you start playing the game, do the chunk of it, get out at the next save, Combat was interesting. Either I'm not very good at it, which is probably very likely, or it's a little janky. So I have not unlocked a whole lot with combat, so that's why I said I can't really review it.
No problem, man.
Music was good.
Capcom.
Yeah, it was pretty all right overall. I was enjoying it, so I'll get back to it. Yeah, at some point.
Man, awesome. Like, I love Remember Me, and when you said you played it, like my heart lit up. Like, oh, he's playing one of my favorite games. Yay!
Yeah,
I
definitely cool.
Me.
Definitely cool.
I get where you're coming from, and well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens if you play more. But yeah,
I definitely will. It's good enough that I'm gonna absolutely play more of it. That's not a question. So, yep.
Wonderful. All right. Oh boy, guys, do I have some games to talk about? So, finally this week, I started Deus Ex: Mankind Divided.
Yeah. All right.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Pause.
How many
first.
skills have you paid for yet with microtransactions? That's what I'm wondering about.
I actually, just out of experimentation, I spent $1. Like, one upgrade point is $1. So I spent $1 to see how that works. And it seems to work. Like, I spent the $1, and there's this little... You have, like, a home base, a hub area, and if you buy anything with the microtransactions, it's sent to a stash in your hub area. So I went there, and my upgrade point was there. So they work. I can tell you the microtransactions work at least. But yeah, they're there. They're there. They're in the main menu. They're in the inventory. They're like it's constantly in your face. The shop. Hey, you want to buy some money? Hey, you want to buy some upgrade points? They're there. Yeah, that's irritating and disappointing. But before I get to like negative stuff, I want to say positive.
Yeah,
First off, game's fucking beautiful. This uses a unique graphics engine. I totally forgot the name. I think it's called the Daybreak engine. I could be mistaken. Uses a unique graphics engine. It's a fucking gorgeous game. Simply beautiful. The textures, the lighting, it's a significant amount of detail, especially in the environments. Like, I out of curiosity, like, I zoomed in, got real close on, like, the sidewalks and the streets, and, like, there's so much detail.
Is it still Adam Jensen?
Yeah.
The playable character? Yes.
And it's still first person? They haven't changed that?
Still first person.
Okay.
Still first person, and you can switch to third person when going in.
And you can throw stuff at people, and they won't react to it.
So
yes,
you can throw barrels. You can throw barrels on their head, and they won't flinch.
Kind of relevant to what we were just talking about in the third-person camera with Remember Me. With the third-person camera, and with Adam Jensen, are they focusing on his robotic ass? I'm just wonder. SJWs of the world need to know. Is there fairness being given?
It's not exactly his ass. It's mostly his lower back. Mostly his lower back.
It's not exactly. No, it's not the. It's not that derriere. I don't know. You know. All right. Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I just wanted to.
Says derriere
I do, and I also say garish. Therefore, hashtag garish thug life. Yeah, garish thug life. Like all gamers would say. Yeah. Please, gamers, I'm sorry. I just need to find out.
It's okay, man. It's okay. I haven't heard derriere in so long. It's bringing back memories of old classic English movies.
I'm very robosexual. I mean, remember the Titanfall stuff? I love getting into my Titan so much. That's why I said I like a whole lot of Rosie for like Titanfall.
A lot of Rosie.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Got the measurements I want.
Oh, so. Man. There are so many possibilities for the title of this episode. It's magnificent.
Yeah. 42, 39, 56. That's what it is. I couldn't remember until just now. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's okay, man. It's okay.
Mankind Divided.
So, besides, like, the visuals, again, game is gorgeous. Like, Like, the textures on everything, especially anything that's mechanical. Anything that's mechanical, like Jensen's arms, or the different robots, or augmented people you see walking around, the different augmented... The amount of detail they put into the technology of the game, like, the weapons, again, the tech, the robots, like, it's remarkable. Like, I just had to stop and stare at all the little moving parts, all the little gears and cylinders, and, like, it's remarkable the amount of detail they put into the visuals. Gorgeous, gorgeous game.
I never finished Human Revolution. I feel bad. I never got out of the first city.
Yeah, I hear you, man, but you need to beat Human Revolution.
I know,
it's a wonderful game.
Yeah.
And if you like Human Revolution, you'll feel right at home with Mankind Divided. It feels like a much smoother, a much more... in depth, I guess I'm trying to think a grander, grander Human Revolution. Good. There's a lot more controls. They give you some augments. Like in the first game, you had to immediately buy all your augments. In this game, you actually get a lot of your augments from the previous game at the beginning, which is real nice. I'm glad I didn't have to re-buy everything from the first game. Some of those abilities are immediately unlocked, like high jump and super strength, like stuff like that. Stuff you had to buy in Human Revolution, you automatically get in this game, which is great. There's a lot more platforming in Mankind Divided, which surprised me because there wasn't that much platforming in Human Revolution. So
platforming.
Platforming, like being able to like parkour around the environment, like being able to get to high vantage points that you couldn't get to before because you can jump. Think Titanfall, where you can mantle and get up to higher vantage points. You could do that here.
Okay.
That's what I mean by platforming.
Yeah.
I don't mean like forcing you into platforming.
Parkour, I suppose, a bit.
Yeah. It's more optional.
Building,
it's
climbing,
not like forcing you,
etc. Well, there was some of that in for sure in Human Revolution.
Oh yeah, for sure, but not to the extent in Mankind Divided.
Right.
I was getting onto the roofs, tops of buildings, and finding secret passageways through windows and apartments to get to other parts of the city. Mankind Divided is now more of an open world game, where Human Revolution you had like hub worlds and you'd go from one hub world to another. This takes place in just one big open world, at the city of Prague, which again. the wonderful detail in the environment and the civilians. Like it looks and feels like a real place. And they've really nailed the atmosphere of this this oppression of augmented people. Like the police are on every street corner. There's signs everywhere saying no augs or no augs allowed, naturals only. Yeah. It's a very oppressive environment. They got the atmosphere and all that stuff down. And as for gameplay, I love the new upgrades. They add some new augmentations that weren't in the first game, like you actually talked about this with Cyberpunk 2077 with like launchable arm blades, like a new laser cannon, the ability to get this like cool kind of black shellless mechanical shell-like armor around Jensen to take more damage. Like he has a lot of cool new abilities that I started playing around with and just goofing around with, and they're a lot of fun. I'm loving the new abilities so far.
Cool. Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, Mankind Divided so far. Again, I haven't beat the game. I'm only at the beginning of the story. Again, everything so far looks fantastic. My one big gripe with this game is it is optimized like shit.
Well,
I have a 970. I should be able to run this in ultra settings. I looked at the minimum requirements.
Human Revolution was not exactly optimized very well either, because at the time that came out, my card should have run it pretty well, and I still had, like frame rate problems with that game too.
That's the thing. These games use unique graphics engines,
yeah.
and the cards aren't necessarily like incredibly well. But yeah, it was ridiculous, man. I had to keep adjusting settings, and I had to keep reloading save because there would come times where it just wouldn't the levels wouldn't load properly, textures wouldn't load properly. So I'd quick save, reload the quick save, and that seemed to fix it. But yeah, that game is in need of some patches. It's in need of some patches. It's in need of some optimization because it looks gorgeous, but it's hard to admire everything when it's running at 20 frames per second.
Have you updated have you ran I don't know if you used the GeoForce experience or something, but have you upgraded your card? Or the drivers?
I updated the drivers. I did update the drivers count. I did check to see if my drivers were updated.
Right.
I have some people saying conflicting things, like it's the new drivers that are making the game unoptimized. You don't want to go back to the other drivers.
That
I'm getting a bunch of conflicting things on how to get the game optimized. But I'm going to hold off on I'm going to wait for the next patch, see if that fixes anything. If not, this actually leads to a big announcement I wanted to give.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. It leads to a big announcement I want to give on the podcast.
Oh.
Either at the end of this month or the end of next month, I've broken down and decided I'm going to be getting a GTX 1070.
Oh, we are.
Nice. That's what I have.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I'm going to be getting a new graphics
card. I hope you two will be
because
happy together.
I'm just tired of not knowing whether or not games are poorly optimized or whether my hardware just isn't more powerful enough. If I get a 1070 and
I have
a game
a 670 or 680.
I was going to say, Gamertron,
I am so behind.
The 970 is
pretty good.
Should be fine. I mean, I'm not saying that you're going to be able to run Ultra on everything, the newest games, but you should be fine. What processor do you have? I'm just curious.
No clue. Absolutely no clue.
Okay.
Oh, that doesn't help, man.
Yeah,
go to your computer right now. Click on the Windows icon. Go to, this is the new Windows 10. Fuck my life. I guess settings will do. Let's see. Go to system.
Because the processor can have a small degree of...
And it will say at the top there, mine says, what does mine say? Actually, it doesn't say here anymore. What the fuck? Organization.
But, I mean, if you want to upgrade to a 1070, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
It does say processor, Intel Core i7-3820. And it even says speed, 3.8.
So settings systems?
Yeah. Just go to Windows, hit settings because it's Windows 10. Hit system. Go to the very bottom where it says about, and it'll say processor. Yeah.
Yeah, processor. Okay, I got an Intel Core i7.
i7. That's correct.
Yeah, i7.
Dash.
There's no dash. It just says CPU.
Oh, you. Okay, fair enough. We'll leave it alone then.
Okay,
i7. That's a good architecture, so you got to have something decent there. You can't have a bad i7,
Okay, right. So I should be able to run Mankind Divided. It shouldn't be lagging and everything like this.
You're correct.
So the game's just shit optimized.
Right. Going to a 1070, I'm not going to say don't do it, but you shouldn't have that much of a problem, unless you're recognizing that issue across the board.
Right.
Well, I'm noticing with more and more games, like with the Division and its problems. Like, I want to be able to get past 4 optimization, because if I have a beast card, even if a game is poorly optimized, the card should still be able to compensate.
Hey, more power to you, dude. Do it.
Yeah. So I'm going to be looking into that. I'm going to be getting a 1070.
You and Count both in your what? What are you getting, Count, after all?
I've got I'm getting a 1070.
There you go.
I don't know which brand it is. I don't know if it's EVA or Botech or whatever.
I will be. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that's it. Go ahead and say whatever you had to say.
I will be generations behind with my 680. Wait, I got to go back and just go back.
You have a 670, don't you?
670. I think you're right. I'm just a dunce and I can't remember things, but that's
670. Got nothing to do with
GTX
that. 670.
So I will be generations behind with because I found it more important to spend a lot of money, an amount of money on my glasses frames that I won't even repeat.
Right.
Because I had to get the handcrafted German design.
Right.
Because at some point in my life, I did graphic design, so therefore my level of quality rose to such a degree that I can no longer afford it. But I still pay for things that I can't afford.
Well, the 1070 is still a pretty expensive card. I mean,
it is. Instead of buying that, I bought glasses.
Well, I don't know what to say to that. I got nothing.
Exactly.
You got to be able to see, or your graphics card is irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
But
the 1060
I spent a lot of money on my optical graphics card.
Yeah, the 1060 may be the bang for the buck. I mean, as far as you know what I mean. I mean, you can get the 1060. What's the price point on that? Around $275.
I found one around $350 on Newegg.
So it's about it's about $299 US dollars.
Okay.
Yeah. You might even want to go with a 1060 Gamertron. I mean,
I might go with a 1060. I may want to. I
might go with the 1080.
1070s. 1080 is too expensive. That's $1,000.
Really?
That's. I'm not paying $1,000 for a graphics
It's $800.
card.
Think about it as like
an
investment in your future.
True, it's investment in my future, but that $1,000, the amount of games I could buy, the webcam I could buy, stuff like that.
You're never going to buy a webcam anyways. Come on, who are we kidding here?
Yeah, I was going to say.
You spent enough to buy billions of webcams right now because you bought a bunch of games. So, come on.
When did I buy a bunch of games?
When you give them away for free. Come on, you could have done that. You could have done it. So,
yeah,
that's not.
Those games I'm giving away for free. I'm
giving away
for
Killing
$2.
Floor 2, giving away. Yeah, sure.
Wait, when did I give away?
We're on to you now. We're on to you. We know your ways. All right.
When did I give?
You can get a webcam, Gamertron. I mean, if you can afford I would get the 1070. You can afford a 1070. You can afford a cheap
Gamertron, I'm
webcam.
messing with you. Don't take it.
Yeah.
Other games I played this week. I played some more Paragon and got to try out some of the new characters. Count, have you been playing Paragon?
No, I have not. I've not played any Paragon. That is one of the games that's going to benefit from the new firmware patch for the PS4, though.
Nice.
Oh, very nice. So I got to try out the new characters in Paragon. What were they called again? Faye and Narbash. Faye is a fairy-looking character. She's buck naked, basically, and focuses.
Fairy, I'm triggered.
Oh, you fairy.
Okay. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Go ahead, sir. I'm sorry. I asked for that.
She's a support character and focuses on area of effect attacks, and I gotta say, I usually go for either the more tanky characters or the more ranged characters. I don't usually play support in Paragon. I really enjoyed playing Faye. Her area of effect attacks were very useful at taking out groups of minions, and
little mobs.
And doing a great job at keeping enemies at back because they can see the area of effect where your attacks are. Yeah, so they weren't more my abilities when I was using them against the enemy heroes. It was more so to push them back because they see the area of effect of where my abilities are coming from. They're like, "Oh shit, get out of there!" So it was more kill AI get the players back and push them back. So I really enjoyed Faye's gameplay. And Narbash, who's this orc with a drum set, he's freaking awesome and hilarious. Narbash, he's one of the very few tank classes that's also a support, as he's one of the few characters who actually has an ability to heal teammates. That was pretty fun. Like, I press a button, he starts jamming away on his drums and healing teammates around him. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool and interesting. Not something I expected to see from Paragon.
Cool.
Yes. I gotta say, again, this Paragon is never one of those games. Like, I love these. A lot of people don't like hero-based games with hero characters. I love games with hero characters because they always surprise me with how different they are and their unique traits and stuff and their character.
Oh, it's trending. It's trending.
Crashed.
What?
Oh?
My Twitch has crashed?
Somebody usually says something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll skip this, or we don't have to exactly cut that. That would be too hard to find out. Okay. Well,
that's all right. I was just letting you know that.
Yeah, we'll find out. I don't show that I've crashed.
Oh, okay.
Draxel says, which is fine. Graham says, which is fine.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, listeners, we're good.
That's probably my bad. My bad.
All right.
Okay, no problem. So yeah, so I got to play Paragon, play the new characters, had a good time with them. Wasn't expecting to like them as much as I do. Are either of you planning to get Paragon? Like, I still have free codes. I still have free codes that will give you free shit. Yeah, I still got my early access beta codes.
What do I have to invest monetarily?
Well, there are microtransactions where you can buy coins.
But I can bypass that. Is the game free to play? Isn't it? It's free to play already.
Yeah, it's free to play.
Are the matches still really, really long? That's why I don't play Evolve too much anymore either, because matches can go really long.
Okay, matches are long. Like, the longest I've gone is 40 minutes, and that's a long match in Paragon. Like, I've beaten some matches in half an hour, but usually it's 40 minutes.
I'll leave you to it, man. I trust you. You've got it down. You're good.
Okay,
yeah, that's really not a game I don't know.
Yeah,
really not a game I'm interested in.
It really depends on the game. Like, there are some games where if I'm not enjoying the gameplay and the game's going on for a long time, it's one of the reasons I can't stand League of Legends. Like, I don't enjoy the gameplay and the matches go on for like a fucking hour. At least with Paragon, like, the matches go on long, but I'm enjoying the gamore. I'm in the action and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like,
game looks good. I know that.
Oh, it is a beautiful game. They recently did another update, add a few more graphics options. Game is gorgeous. God damn, Unreal 4. What Epic can do with Unreal 4 is, well, unreal.
I may feel differently when I get my new rig, but for right now, no. I doubt if I'll be... I really don't have the time for that. No.
One last thing I played this week. Oh yeah, Dark Souls free. I played some more Dark Souls free. Dear God, man, like, that game is way bigger than I thought it was. on my New Game Plus, I discovered that there are 5 secret bosses. 5 secret bosses! Bosses I completely missed, didn't know they existed, and you have to go out of your way to find them.
Well,
it's
secret.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Exactly. I didn't, like, the last few Dark Souls games had, like, 2 or 3. This one had freaking 5 secret bosses. Unbelievable. I missed so many armor sets. I missed so many NPC quests. There are so many NPC quests that completely contribute and change the ending of the game. Janser, when are you going to be playing Dark Souls free so we can talk about Dark Souls free?
You can talk about it because most of it I won't remember. That's the whole point of, like, me not, and which is fine because when I get to it, you know, I'll just be like, oh, I'll probably remember some of it, but I don't know, man. I'm still bouncing around with games because, you know, I was, like you said, I was playing a little, or somebody said a little Borderlands 2 there for a while.
Yeah.
I still like playing Titanfall. It's just up to the, you know, if anyone else is playing. I don't need to wait on the other people, but if I'm going to play at night, I got a couple hours. I'll try to play with the community some.
Hey, if you want to play some Titanfall after the podcast, I'm good to go.
Might be. And then, of course, Rainbow Six Siege, and then I logged into Warframe and redeemed that Glyph that DogmanDan had given me, which, like I said, if you guys didn't catch that earlier during the podcast, he's still giving away little codes for that. So if you want one of those Warframe Glyphs for free, go hit him up on his channel, DogmanDan. Anyways, yeah, so that's pretty much. I'm not sure when Dark Souls 3 is going to happen, but I keep seeing stuff about it, so I'm like, oh, I really want to play it.
Oh, yeah, the new DLC's coming out soon. The new DLC, like... Oh man, people are speculating. The speculation is running wild with the upcoming DLC. People are like speculating. There was one enemy or boss revealed in the trailer for the DLC, and the Dark Souls community is going off the rails speculating, who is that character? Is he from previous games? Is he brand new? Who is he? Like, I've been catching myself up in the Dark Souls community because the Dark Souls community is awesome when it comes to lore. They are the greatest detectives I've ever fucking seen. The stuff that they will pull, the stuff that they will discover in this game that you wouldn't even think of, the stuff they find, like they were able to uncover a plot twist in the game that no one would know unless you listened and translated the Japanese version and compared the English to the Japanese.
Well, that's
and found
why
some secrets in each.
Speaking of like that community, that's why like my favorites are a German spy, because he actually worked on like walkthroughs for I think one or two of the games, and stuff like that. Like he, the guides for them. So he had like inside knowledge. So check out a German spy. And then of course Plague of Gripes for all his animations and naughtiness over there. So he's amazing. He really focuses on the artistic side of things because that's what he is. He's an artist. And of course then for fun stupidity, check out the best friends when they team up together with Plague of Gripes and German Spy, and they play stuff like Demon's Souls, which I think they're going to play again this Sunday. I don't know why I'm telling everybody this. It's because it's entertaining. It's hilarious stuff. It's good stuff. And then, of course, the last one, Bitter Bits. I always watch some of their older stuff, and they love Dark Souls. Bitter Bits. They're a team. It's a husband and wife team, and they, they're awesome. I think the guy quit his tech job and is just streaming now, which is awesome for them. So they really
I love
they went
family
in all,
duos.
Oh yeah,
I'll check out Bitter
they're
Bits.
great. Yeah, they're great. So but they play a bunch of other games too. Like they'll play the I think Odalis and stuff like that. Things that are kind of like Dark Souls ish or whatever. Sometimes they even played some Warframe stuff. So
cool.
But they're just Dark Souls has got that community that's just persistent. So yeah, great stuff.
Well, that was my week of games. It was a good week. A bit disappointed with Mankind Divided in how it's running, but hopefully after a patch it will be running fine and I can enjoy the game in its full.
Yeah, that does
that's
suck.
such a shame.
I know Jim also had a problem just running the game initially when it first came out. Yeah. That reminds me.
Angry Joe gave it a 7 out of 10.
Oh yeah. What were his main concern issues? Do you remember?
The microtransactions.
Yeah, that a little bit, and just the story. He said the story just wasn't as good.
Who's the guy that you said he gets to play the games and then he gets the information and opinions from?
I don't know if that actually happened on this case, but Delrith.
There you go. So yeah, that's what Delrith actually
the dude with
thought.
the big beard that plays a lot of the games, and they never disagree.
Oh yes.
Yeah, people do that sometimes, Count.
Yeah.
Sometimes
that's also true. Time. Well, not 100% of the time. That should never
over years and years.
Unless.
Oh, so you follow them? You're stalking them, Count? You know exactly that they agree 100% all the time?
Subscribe to their YouTube channel if that's.
It's easy to subscribe when you have an account, yeah. But if you don't have a Twitter account and you're finding out what everyone.
Oh my god. It's open to the public. Anyone can just click a button. You have a
open
link
to the public.
That's
the point. That's why they can't really police it as as they probably want to.
What would be easier than going and like searching people is if you just had an account that accrued the news from those people that you want to follow.
And then you could just block whoever you want.
And you could socially interact with them like a human being. Or you could stalk them like oddly from no one will see me.
Christ. Not stalking.
There's one more thing I forgot. I watched a movie, a really good movie. It's on Amazon streaming because I don't like going to movie theaters with people. But so
wait, you're gonna give
13
me
hours.
Shit about socializing?
Yeah, fuck people. Fuck that shit. I don't want to be interactive.
Yeah, but this is virtual.
Fucking hypocrite.
I like virtual. Thank you, Count. Count knows what I'm talking about. God damn. Yeah. So 13 hours. It's apparently like the secret soldiers of Benghazi. It's a story, true story that happened September 11, 2012, I believe. About a American consulate, I believe, that got overrun, or it was some. I can't remember what the guy's official title was. He ended up dying, but it's not like I'm spoiling anything. It was a real fucking live story. But the movie, the reason why I watched it is not because I'm like into super military movies. I like them once in a while, but Michael Bay directed it. And when I was like, Michael Bay, B-A-E. I love Michael Bay. I'm unabashedly someone that enjoys Michael Bay movies. I don't care what people say about him. He does exactly what he's intending to do, which is make some shit blow up and make it look cool. And that's it. So if you don't like it, that's cool. You know, I don't like all his movies, Transformer movies.
Like, I love his action. My problem is when Michael Bay handles the story.
Don't go there for that. That's your problem. That's like, I'll leave those references out.
It's popcorny stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I love the first Transformers.
This movie,
That's one of my favorite movies.
This movie, though, probably one of his best directed movies when it comes to storyline. It is super tight. It is really... They cut a lot of fat. It is directly to the point. The other thing is it's not... It's not really. It's pretty action oriented. It's a Michael Bay movie, of course it is. So I highly recommend checking it out. 13 hours. I think I watched it for like $3 or something like that on Amazon. That's the other thing. So it's definitely a good time. That's all I really watched. I didn't check out that. I know Rock and Roller. I believe Philamon keeps trying to tell me to go check that out on Netflix. I believe, who's the director for that?
He must have a different lineup on his Netflix.
I know. I don't think I have it either. I think that must be a regional thing. But the Guy Ritchie, that's I think the director
that's Madonna's ex-husband.
He did those older like British gangster movies or whatever. Trying to remember one of them, but I haven't watched those in a long time either. Snatch. There you go. So
love that movie.
So I really would want to watch that, but I don't think that. I think it's a regional thing where I can't see it. That's about it. I've done a lot of walking too. Sorry, Count. I know you don't really care for that stuff, but as I have the health and it feel good, I got to do it because it's stuff that I love to do. So did a lot of that fucking stuff, and my feet are killing me. Went out today. Didn't want to. Did 4 miles. So whatever. That's about it, man. It's about all I got.
The only other news I have is they revealed Spider-Man villain.
Yeah.
New Spider-Man for the new upcoming Spider-Man movie, The Shocker, and they showed a picture. It looks awesome.
Really?
Wait, what?
The Shocker?
Again? I thought Vulture was going to be.
The Vulture's the main villain, but they have a supplement villain.
Oh, a side
Who was
villain.
the Shocker last time? Wasn't it Jamie?
No, that's Electro.
Electro.
Let's not go there. That was cringy. That was terrible. No,
that's why I'm like, why are they? Because that's what I'm thinking.
They actually showed a picture of the Shocker on the set in full costume with the vibro gauntlets and everything, and it was spot on.
Vibro gauntlets. Come on now, don't get us demonetized. That's sexual in nature. So come on.
What?
Come on. Do I have to explain all these things?
But the suit, they did the suit justice. I'm really looking forward to seeing the Shocker. There's no doubt. It's going to be a really cool villain. Not going to be the main villain.
I'm looking at pictures right now. That looks like Shocker. That looks like Shocker in movie form. Yeah.
Awesome, isn't it? Yeah.
Who's the guy again? Who's the guy playing him?
I don't know the actor.
Oh, okay.
They did, but they also revealed the new Batman villain.
The actor, his name.
Yeah, I don't know who the actor playing Shocker, which his suit covers his whole body anyway. So
okay,
I don't know. I didn't look.
Bokeem Woodbine.
Woodbine. This is a Hollywood name. No,
you got me on that.
Christ.
I've heard that name, but no, I don't know.
Never heard it before.
Yeah, Bokeem Woodbine. That's the name of the actor. Yeah.
They also had they've cast the new Batman villain for the new upcoming Ben Affleck Batman movie. Deathstroke is the villain.
Yeah, I saw that there was this awesome video they showed of Deathstroke all dressed up like.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Which is kind of weird that they picked Deathstroke for a Batman villain. He's not a Batman villain, but the actor, kind of ironically, the actor that they have playing him was the original Flash Thompson in the Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Really?
Joe Manganiello, I think his name is. So
Manganiello,
it's
Italian name.
Like that. So it's kind of ironic now that he's went from Marvel. He's went over from to DC. So I don't know. Ryan Reynolds did the same thing. So he went from DC to Marvel. So Well, he went from Marvel to DC, back to Marvel. So. But also the rumor is that Fox may be giving up the rights to the Fantastic Four back to Marvel.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. Thank God.
And supposedly...
That should be our headline.
Yeah, supposedly, well, Fantastic Four is kind of a dead franchise right now. They've fucking dug that and buried it deep. But
well, hopefully Marvel can bring it back from the dead.
Hopefully Marvel can do something with that. Mm-hmm. And the rumor is that Marvel is going to be consulting on the next Fox X-Men movies. Oh. That Marvel Studios will be stepping in to help them. That's the rumor.
Oh.
That's the rumor.
Interesting.
So Fox and Marvel are rumored to be having a little collaboration coming up for the...
Whoa.
Maybe they've learned their lesson. Because Age of Apocalypse really... I mean, the X-Men franchise isn't dead, but it's got a slight pulse. I mean, Age of Apocalypse was... It was a disaster for that franchise. So it was not good. So
really, disaster critically or financially?
Probably both. I don't know about financially, but critically, it was a step back for the Fox X-Men franchise,
which really does matter when it comes to putting seats. People in seats for the next one, because if they don't find that it was valuable, it doesn't matter how much you made. No one's going to come back.
To be fair, Transformers. Like Transformers 2 was awful, and people still went to free, and people didn't like free, and they still went to 4.
I'm not going to try to debate that right now. I don't have numbers, and I haven't researched anything. I mean, I think part 2, maybe, there's probably a very significant drop-off, each one, plus critically determined by critics or critically determined by the public. That's always a big difference, too. So, yeah.
Metacritic, Rotten Tomatoes is what I'm going by.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't know. Can't get into that discussion.
But that's about all the comment. Luke Cage, supposedly the early hype about Luke Cage is it's the best Marvel Netflix series. The word is that it's going to be even better than Daredevil.
I'm not going to.
People are saying.
Early word for who? Early word from who?
The Luke Cage. Just from that's kind of in the rumor mill from the insiders.
Yeah. I don't want
the insiders.
You gotta take that from the grain of salt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that puts too much pressure on the main actor.
I guess there's some people that have had early. They've seen some of it, and they said you're going to be blown away by it.
I just don't want to put any credence behind that, because that means that I'm going to expect a lot out of the main actor, and he hasn't really shown anything yet. Right. So we'll see. We'll see. We just watch the fucking series.
I've seen the main actor before. Did you see him in the remake of V?
No.
The ABC you haven't seen the remake of V?
No,
okay.
I wouldn't watch that. No.
Oh, okay.
I saw the original V when I was a kid.
Yeah, I saw parts of the original.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't have, but whatever.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
I heard a lot of good things about the original V.
Well,
for a child,
one of those
is what I meant.
Oh,
probably not good for a child to watch.
Yeah. Okay, yes.
Remember, there was like lizard-human sexual relations going on,
Yeah, I didn't care for V. Even when I was a kid, I was like, After you've seen Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back and all that
big
stuff.
TV event back then. I remember
it was huge back
people
then.
Were it was like, be home to watch V. They were still banking off of like TV. TV was a huge thing, still. It was still an event.
Oh, it was huge. I mean, I remember they promoted that for like crazy when I was a kid. Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody, you had to tune in, and that's only when you had 3 stations,
Yeah. I saw something that you liked or retweeted on Twitter too. Something was it the Black Hammer 3 maybe?
Yeah.
Count? Yeah.
Black Hammer 3 comes out the end of the month.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Yep.
We bring that up every once in a while.
Little preview. Yeah, a little preview.
Still awesome. A fascinating story, that comic series. Like, I only get to see like the teaser pages online, and
you can go to Comixology and get it.
You have to buy it?
Well, yeah.
There we go.
You don't want to give the artist his money for work, do you?
You paid $1 for a perk in freaking.
You don't want to give him for a brand new story,
new
media, new
microtransactions.
You're 1/3 of the way from reading a great issue of Black
Don't
Hammer. But
support.
Oh, it's only free. Oh, it's
new
only $3.
creatives. Yeah.
Something like that. Canada might be different.
If it's like free $5, then why not? I'll pick it up.
Yeah, maybe I can send it. Maybe I can somehow record it and send it to you. That's what I'll do.
This is not going on the podcast, okay?
I'll make a video.
Jesus. Not happening. To artist, creator of Black Hat, we're gonna go officially purchase it to view. Don't worry.
I already bought
You
it.
think he listens to the podcast?
He's listening right now. I know it.
Oh, really?
No, serious. I'll make a little video. Of maybe the first 3 issues after the 3rd, and I'll send it to you, Gametron.
Okay. Oh man.
No, it'll be like screenshots of all the pages.
Oh God.
I'm kidding. I'm really gonna do it, but I've got to say, full disclosure, I'm kidding.
Spend $3, you cheapskate. Jesus.
I'm subscribed to it on Comixology, so.
Okay. Cool. I think
that's about it for me.
Yeah, I think we're all wrapped up here. So it was you're right, Count. It was kind of a slow week, and that's okay. All right, well, let's get the fuck out of here, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, my allergies are killing me, and my damn cat is about ready to scratch my door down.
Yeah, you look like you were kind of like melting during the podcast.
No, like the last half. My allergies have been acting up. I took Friday off work because of it.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's bad. But.
All right, well.
Plus, I haven't been drinking tonight, so, you know.
Oh, okay. Well, make sure to get you liquored up next time. Send all your liquor to B3 GamingCast@gmail.com. No, that's questions. Yeah, actually, can we hit a question up? We've been skipping over. We did a few from Gamertron. Let's go back to Gramaton. He had a few that were in there that we.
Oh yeah,
we were trying to hit
and saying something. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me grab one of these here.
Oh no.
He sent another batch of them too. Let's see if we hit all his originals. Okay, let's just really quickly. This shouldn't take too long. Sometimes people outside of the gaming community see video games as a lesser hobby or a waste of time. What are a couple ways that gaming has made a significant positive impact in your lives? That's pretty easy to me, but I don't know about y'all. I'll start off just real quickly. To me, it's an easy way for me to not spend a shitload of money at a bar or spend a lot of money traveling around. Like, I try to save money for my own personal needs for, like, a business like that I want to run or for, like, a house that I want to buy, that kind of stuff, you know? So in order to kind of keep down my costs of going out every night or going out on the weekends or whatever and blowing off steam and maybe getting into some trouble too, because, you know, I don't always do the most appropriate things. This really saves me a lot. So the other thing is it helps me to do another thing that I really like, which is work on a little bit of production type stuff, or maybe work on community related things for, you know, gaming and all that, and getting people together and having a good time that way. So that's what it does for me. It can help out too when other people, like, let's say, I've seen gaming be used as like a positive, I guess, information for, you know, people get depressed or people have medical issues or problems, or maybe like, I mean, we had one guy in another gaming community that was like homeless, and, you know, you kind of keep touch with people and kind of like, sometimes you want to help out, but you don't always want to like go out there and like physically load up a truck with food or something for something, you know, but you want to somehow give back. You can always impact people around you just by knowing people, but without socially interacting, if you're not physically going out there and socially interacting, and if you're not doing it like on Twitter because you hate Twitter, you know, gaming communities are great for that kind of thing, I think, because it's a lot of similar-minded people sometimes that tend to gravitate towards each other. That's pretty simple to me. What about y'all?
Well, I think I know what Tron's going to say, you know.
Oh, okay. No, I need to hear. What do you think I'm going to say?
Come on, guys. Don't.
No, I'm just saying, like, you're obsessed with it, and you're doing the YouTube thing, and it's afforded you to be able to make a little money, and
that's true.
Do what you like to do.
Couple of ways the game has positive, significant impact on your lives. It's true.
That is very true. That is very, very true, Count. But what I would have said is just how it's video games have provided me an outlet to really expand my knowledge and my creativity. And like when I was younger and I wasn't into video games, I'd usually just watch TV and television, movies, on-demand video, stuff like that. Like go to video stores, get stuff like that. Like what I could experience was very limited. And playing video games, it's opened my mind to it just opened my mind. The way video games have opened my mind to so many subjects, whether it be religion, science, technology. They've just opened my mind to so many concepts through the different genres, through the technicals, the mechanics of games. Like how games have positively affected my life is just how they've helped me grow as a human being, really.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Don't forget them dank memes that come from them.
You can't top that. I mean, what am I going to say to top that?
Oh, go the other way, please.
It's changed to,
go the opposite way.
I've been playing video games since Space Invaders in the arcade in the late 70s. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of something keep you out of trouble. It can be a cheap hobby, like Jan said. I could be out playing golf and spending hundreds of dollars on clubs and to have the newest clubs and spend membership fees to the golf course and spend some people that I know obsessed with golf, like some people are obsessed with video games, spend hundreds of dollars a week on golf.
Yeah.
Video games for me can be a cheap hobby. The only other really cheap hobby I've ever had was chess. Most of my hobbies I started spending a lot of money on, like comic books, poker, shit like that I really, got underneath it and spent a lot of money. But, video games, it keeps me home, out of trouble, like Janzer said. You know what I mean? It's kind of, I'm too old and fat to do sports anymore. So, eyesight's gone. So, I can sit my fat ass in my chair and play a couple games through the week and have fun. And, my wife can't bitch. She can't say that I'm out cheating on her, running around with some bar skank, or banging some trailer trash that's, in the next county. She knows where I'm at, and she can't say that I'm running around on her and stuff. So.
Oh, man. Oh,
well,
man.
I mean, I don't know what else
Beautiful.
to say. That's about.
That was exactly how I wanted you to handle that.
Yeah, I mean, how else do you want,
Being yourself, that's how you did it. Awesome.
It's funny. It's like you say video games keep you home. Video games inspire me to go out in the world. Like they keep you home out of trouble. They inspire me to go out and do trouble.
To be fair, video games is great for Gamatron because he has to worry about getting mauled by a bear every time he goes out.
That's true.
That's the facts of life, or getting shot by another hunter that's hunting elk or something. It's just
exactly. Or the great moose revolution, the great moose revolution.
Right.
The moose, they're revolting. They're learning how to use firearms.
Mises are a problem. It's true.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And my wife can't really complain because a lot of people, especially around here, there's not a lot to do around here. I live in rural Indiana. People go out to bars. That's what they do. They go drinking.
Yep.
There's a lot of drug use. I don't do that kind of stuff. I have a friend. He's not really my friend. I have a coworker. He's really into Star Wars stuff. He's not like a nerd, geeky guy. He's about my age, but he spends a lot of money on custom lightsabers. He has them made. And his wife works there, and I said, how do you feel about your husband spending all that money? He goes, he is at home every night, not cheating on me, not at the bar. I know what he's doing. He can spend all the money he wants on this stuff because I know where he's at. And that's kind of, my wife can't, even though it's taking time away from her, but she's still like, she can't say that I'm like not at home. No, I'm not, so.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
We all appreciate you, Count.
Plus, I'm fucking lazy. I mean, God, come on, man. Really? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Fucking,
I'm looking at Graham sent like 8 other questions a while back as well. Gramaton Dried.
Guy has more questions than the fucking Riddler.
It's awesome because
Jesus Christ, man.
I kind of feel like we should do one more just because. How about this? Because this is kind of fun.
No problem,
although I'm going to be at a loss here. But if every time you entered a room with 3 or more people and an 80s chorus would play, Yes, like an entrance theme. Which 80s chorus would you pick?
Oh!
I can't.
Wait. Back that up. What?
If you had basically an 80s music entrance theme, which song would it be? So if you go to work and once you entered that room with all the people in it, and a song played. See, I don't know because I hate the 80s, so I'm not really sure.
I love the 80s.
I don't really know where to go with that one.
Shoot, I need to look up the date of the song.
I gotta look up
know
like
the
song names.
I know the song. I just don't know what the date it came out. Hold up.
I know what mine would be.
What would yours be, Count?
The Flash Gordon theme by Queen.
Okay, all right, cool. That's a cool
one. This is perfect. The song came out in '85.
What is it? What is it?
What About Love?
That really? That seems not like you at all.
Really? Well, how so?
Are you talking about Heart?
Yeah,
Heart.
That's why
Heart.
it doesn't
Love?
I don't really
what
associate
about
them with
Don't
you.
You want
You're more of a Karma
about
Chameleon kind of guy,
Come on, let's all sing the Flash Gordon.
right?
Come on.
Isn't he more? Count, what did you get? He's more like a Karma Chameleon kind of guy, I think.
Huh?
Karma Chameleon?
Yeah,
Karma,
yeah. That's
Karma,
the fun, happy song, bouncy. That's Gamertron.
That's more of a Gamertron.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Really?
Or Wake Me Up
Boy
Before You
George.
Go. There you go. Right. He's, Wake Me Up Before You Go.
Before you
That's
go,
Gamertron. Nice and happy and upbeat.
I don't know. Like, okay. Like, if that's your impression, if that's what you think,
Wait,
okay.
you're
for me,
always
Like,
upbeat.
what about love?
What
could be
about Love is
What About
very.
Love is
Creeping
upbeat?
Death from Metallica, but
What about
no,
Love isn't upbeat?
What about Love is very, like, not upbeat at all. No, it's very depressing. It's very,
I find it very uplifting.
You-
I find it very uplifting.
You've never
Are a
really been in
weirdo.
love except for Titanfall.
here's
I mean,
a song.
Count.
Walking
Don't
on
even.
Sunshine. That is so you,
Katrina
Gamertron.
in the waves.
You know what? Walking on
Katrina
Sunset
and
ain't
the-
bad. Well, I agree. Walking on Sunset.
Or
that
Whip
is-
It.
That is
There
good.
you go. Whip It Good. No. That's
That's
totally
Devo.
you.
Oh,
Yeah.
that reminds me of Saturday Night, but that's another story.
See? There you go. You agree that that's a great song for you.
Walking on Sunshine, definitely. I have to agree.
That is, yeah. You know
How
what?
about Blinded Me with Science?
I forgot.
Remember that Thomas Dolby?
Blinded. Yeah, I remember that. Let's see. That's a good point to count. I guess metal would work. Maybe like Ace of Spades. That's a great one. I'd love that.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a
Motorhead.
nice little. Yeah, I like that. I'll take that. I forgot about the good rock that actually, because so much other stuff was trash.
I love Motorhead, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll take that. Oh,
I
that's
love
cool.
the Flash Gordon theme.
That's a
for one,
great theme. It is.
yeah, I mean, I miss some of that the old Queen, but yeah, I love the Flash Gordon song by Queen, man. That is one of my all-time favorites.
You know what? Maybe I'll take Back in Black from.
Oh yeah.
From
Oh
AC/DC.
yeah.
Oh, I like that one. It's got a nice intro.
What would Graviton Dryad
Dun-dun-dun.
song be?
Da-da-da. Motley Crue. No, I have a buddy that really liked that cock rock stuff. Not me.
You don't like glam metal?
No, I don't like
Glammy?
glam metal. No, the boy girls.
See,
No.
I love
not into boy
80s
girls.
metal, man.
Yeah,
love
I like
80s
metal too, but that was more boy girl type stuff, like the glam. I mean, they were
I
in
like
it for
older
the women.
Motley Crue. I like the early '80s Motley Crue better than when everyone was doing the ballads. You know, you had Warrant and Mr. Big and all those guys doing the little. Every one of those groups had to have a ballad. I liked them years before that. I'm a big Dokken fan, and I just like the. I like the stuff in the early '80s better than the late '80s.
Gotcha. Yeah. Cool. Well, those would I'd probably I like Ace of Spades a lot. It's probably that.
Oh, Ace of Spades is one
that's
of the
probably
top
one.
50 metal songs.
That's probably it.
That's on everyone's list.
Yeah.
Of like,
It's
if
easy.
you look at top 50 metal songs,
Yeah.
Motorhead, Ace of Spades, definitely on there.
Cool. All right. I think we've done our time.
We've done our
Start my
time.
heart.
Yeah.
Take off the cuffs.
That's
let us out. We're
that's a
home
nice
free.
song, Graham. I agree. Kickstart My Heart is a nice song.
I like
but
that. That's one of my favorite Motley Crue. I like more Shout at the Devil or Too Young to Fall in Love. Those are good. That's Game of Thrones. Too Young to Fall in Love.
I remember that video count. Too
Yeah.
Young to Fall. I remember that video. They go. Don't they go to like Asia or something like that?
Yeah,
they're in like some kind of heroin house with prostitutes.
Thing, a geisha,
Dude, those guys knew what the fuck they were doing. That's all. They were like, if I got dressed like a chick in order to get chicks,
Bangkok?
We're good.
This sounds like One Night at Bangkok.
No, that's about chess, actually.
That's not that. No.
Yeah.
All right, we're out of here. Your night in Bangkok. What is this? Thanks everyone for listening.
Thanks for the '80s music info night or something. No.
I suppose. Check us out. Heroin and No, that's not it. Goddamn, I was reading text on the screen. Check us out on iTunes or B3 GamingCast. We're also, I think you can get us on Spotify as well because they have a podcast thing. I just saw that. I'm going to try it out. To see if we can find us. We're also on Podbean. We're on Stitcher, thanks to Count. Sure. And we're doing pretty well. Numbers-wise. I think we're doing pretty damn good.
It's growing.
We appreciate what you can do to help us out, is definitely... share links to Podbean or
give us a rating.
About it. Yeah, give us a rating on
Go to iTunes. Give us a rating. Drop us a rating.
Absolutely. So
a good rating. Good rating.
Preferably, because if not, we'll find you. What
Gamertron
will. He stalks.
Oh my god. Oh, shut.
And with that.
Yeah, it's kind of like Watch Dogs 3 with Gamertron.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it's pretty much Gamertron. I agree. That's exactly what it is.
Lies.
We'll see y'all later.
Manipulation.
Hey, that's a song by the Thompson Twins.
Oh, that's
lies,
true.
manipulations.